2 years ago. 24-year-old Diamond Haithcoats shot 20-year-old Shania Rodriguez in Clarkston in 2023. She was pregnant with his child. The baby also died. Haithcoats is sentenced to 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole, plus 5 years. The last living American hostage held by Hamas in Gaza is now free. CBS News Middle East contributor Robert Berger reports Idan Alexander is released today following direct talks between Hamas and Washington.
He has been held in a tunnel with very little air, no light, for almost 600 days. I believe it's 584 days. So we don't know exactly what condition he's in, but according to a first statement from the Red Cross, he's okay.
U.S. Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, traveled to Israel to secure the release of the 21-year-old. There are long lines reported at security checkpoints at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport again today due to weather and fallout from runway equipment issues.
I got through in just over 30 minutes, so a little more than usual, but still moving somewhat efficiently given how many people they're dealing with here.
This traveler headed to Raleigh, North Carolina. He says he usually arrives an hour before his flight, and he recommends adding at least 30 minutes if you are flying today. By the time the World Cup comes to Atlanta next year, there could be driverless vehicles running through the Beltline. It would connect the West Side Trail to the West End MARTA station and Atlanta University Center.
We believe it'll take 4 vehicles to do this, and that gets at something on the order of 10 to 15-minute headways. The total service area is about 2 miles end to end.
Beltline principal engineer Sean Green says they're hoping to launch a $3 million pilot program to introduce the autonomous vehicles. The Atlanta Transit Link Authority is expected to decide on funding next month. It is 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Andrew Seco.
Right now, watching a new travel advisory. Was a short-term red alert, but the left lane's been open. Vehicle fire cleanup I-20 eastbound past Turner Hill Road, exit 75. Back door already taking you to Panola Road. Avoid the area. Take Covington Highway as it turns into Old Covington Highway. Travel advisory number 2 in the heart of downtown. Only a right lane getting by I-20 eastbound at Langhorne Street, exit 54. Delays are short-lived, so no need for an alternate here. Just plan for some extra commute time as you're heading downtown. And we just watched some trouble clear to the shoulder. Was temporary holding all lanes, but we're moving just fine again. 285 south. That's the inner loop at Chamblee Tucker Road, exit number 34. Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy skies with off and on rain showers and thunderstorms today. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with off and on rain showers, high 74. The rain moves out on Wednesday and heating up through the afternoon, high 81.
It's 81 at Peachtree Corners, 79 in East Point, and 81 in Ackworth. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Hessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher, has the afternoon off. We do have the man behind the glass, George Clark, and the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
Happy to say that I only saw one Mother's Day melee over the weekend, at least on my feeds here. Pretty
like in person or on, you said in your feed?
Yeah, just my social feeds here. Thankfully, nothing that happened with my stepmom or my mother-in-law.
You guys didn't end up throwing food at each other or threatening one another?
No,
Lamb shanks.
Where was this? What was this on? What was the state?
This was in North Carolina.
Okay, and this is the only thing online we found for Mother's Day. It's the only time.
Only melee
people
that I have
just
found.
Broke
so
down
far.
And just.
It was a
forgot they were human.
It was a drag-out fight at a Golden Corral in Greensboro.
Oh boy!
And purses were being flung at each other.
And you know what? People ask me. They say, "Eric, how come you don't go out more?" And my answer would be, "Do you not have YouTube?" You know, I could sit in my basement and think to myself, "Yeah, a lot of guys can beat the crap out of me, but I don't need to go out there and find out." And if my wife gets into it with somebody and then all of a sudden I got to stand up and be in the middle of one of these,
You gotta stand up for your
Seems
family
to be a lot.
pride.
It appears to me that an awful lot of people in this country have lost their minds, and I would like to do the best I can to. I'm just not. I don't care. Oh yeah, you're really big, and you can. Okay, that's great. I'm just going to stay out of your way because I'm not interested in the fact that you're really, really rough and tough, and you'll get it done. Hey, good for you.
Yeah, but this is my town.
Yeah. Well, it's still your town. I don't even want to go there. I don't want to go to your Golden Corral. Okay, is that your Golden Corral? Is that your territory?
You want a nice fat steak?
I'll stick to. Well, I do. My wife made me one actually just today.
Oh.
And you know what? We get along quite well. So no knockdown, drag out fights with us. we might toss a sideways glance to let the other know. I may engage in a little passive-aggressive behavior every once in a while, but no knockdown, drag-out fight. 38 years, no knockdown, drag-out fights. So
you guys will square up, but it never really gets.
it never
there.
really gets
It's just more
anywhere, right?
intimidating
Yeah,
each other.
we'll be like those boxers in the early 1900s. We're
Just
doing
with your
that weird
dukes up?
thing. We put your dukes up and you're fighting backward like you're gonna punch yourself. That whole thing.
Reverse uppercuts.
When did that change? When did that change? Like when did did one
When people
boxer
started getting knocked out?
Did one boxer come along and just like say, no, I'm going to go overhand with this thing and was really successful? And they just, because back in the 1800s, early
Put 'em up,
1900s,
put 'em up.
they're like doing that thing. How would you even describe it? It's like you're going to punch yourself in the face.
It's like you're doing a windmill with it.
Well, not a wind. Well, no, it's more like not a windmill. Windmill will go like this. It's more like a going backward
Like
on a
gear.
bicycle.
You're a gear.
Yeah.
Pedaling.
Like you're pedaling backward
Yeah.
toward your face. Like when was, I guess the whole thing was you really wanted to land that uppercut to the jaw, right? So,
Yeah, but you got to protect yourself when you're boxing, and you can't do it that way.
I would think, but I don't know. Listen, I'm no boxer, but at some point somebody came along and changed the game by beating up all of those guys who would do the early 1900s stance. But I guess there's probably people who know that. Maybe boxing experts will let us know on the open mic. Was it one fighter? Was it one trainer who said, I've got an idea? It's like that period of football where they had no forward pass. And if somebody goes, hey, that ball is designed in such a way that it'll probably cut right through the air. Pretty
Hey, watch
good.
this.
Hey, look at that.
We've got a couple of linemen over here that are pretty fast.
I
too.
bet you it was like, they could probably sprint down the
Yeah,
field.
they probably could. If
Yeah,
they were
pretty
to
good
sprint down the
hands.
field and turn left.
Yeah, this might work. Can you imagine the first time? They must have been open by like 80 yards.
Oh, I'm sure.
Everybody's like up in the
scrum,
rugby scrum.
Yeah.
These fights used to go on 20, 30, 40 rounds. And they were bare-knuckled. And then Jack Dempsey came in, and he was so fast and so good.
Yes.
And he didn't want to fight over 10 rounds. That things evolved. And that's when the gloves came in.
Okay.
And positioning.
And so maybe probably once you bring the gloves in, that probably changes the
Yes.
best way to use your hands in a fight. Okay, that makes sense. Look at that. You've learned something already, or at least I have.
AI. Thank you, AI.
Oh, well.
It
It's going to
could be
help
a-
us out a lot.
Our
before
AI overlords.
before it-
Thank you.
Before it kills us all, it's going to help us.
Yep.
It's going to help us a lot.
The Pope's first warning: keep an eye on that AI.
Well, he's not wrong.
Right?
He's not wrong.
And go White Sox.
Yeah, well, that is not going to probably work out for him. But he's right about the AI thing.
And don't pay any attention to my brother.
Oh, yeah, he's got a little Billy Carter action going on.
Yeah.
Huh? Well, that's true of all American leaders, right? As you told me before. All American leaders are going to have like a brother.
Yep.
Clinton had Roger. Jimmy had Billy.
Joe had whatever his brother's name was.
Barack has the conservative brother.
Oh, yeah, the one who, I guess he probably never
Malik.
he didn't even know him. Right, he didn't really know him. Like
They
they're
were like
related,
half-brothers,
but
right? Yeah,
they
half-brothers.
didn't really know. And so he decided, oh, I can get a lot of attention by agreeing with my brother's critics. So yeah, there's always going to be someone in the family that's going to embarrass you when you're an American. It doesn't seem to happen as much or maybe we just don't get the coverage. Maybe that Keir Starmer's got like some wacky aunt saying some kind of crazy stuff.
He used to play with dollies.
So as the Pope's brothers, they're digging up stuff that.
Yeah, he said he called Nancy Pelosi.
We don't have to say what he called her.
The
but
baddest of the bad words.
The baddest of the bad words. The nuclear letter.
Prefaced with drunk.
Oh, okay. Well,
wow.
Well, he's not. That's why he's not the Pope. You see, that's why the brother.
Yeah.
The brother did a little better. I don't know what he does.
Brother was more emotional than the.
Yeah. What does the brother do? Do we know?
I don't know. I just saw the
Is he a
tweet.
Chicago union guy or something? Is he a pipe fitter? Some kind of respectable
Watch him be an
Good.
accountant.
Why do you think he'd be an accountant?
something tells
Is
me
he
to leave.
handling the Pope's money? I want to know.
Retired educator and school principal.
Oh, there you
okay.
go. Well, they use that word all the time. You got to keep these kids in line, you know.
We don't say it around the Vatican. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, that's Pope Leo. You got to drop that Chicago accent if you want. I heard he speaks like 53 languages or something. I heard.
Yeah, you learn a lot in Peru.
But whenever I hear that somebody is like good at 53 languages, like, well, okay, some of them he's really
Some of
good
them are
at.
better than
Yeah,
others.
There's going to be a couple in there where
Really,
you
there's
could
like
kinda,
five.
Five where
Five
he's-
that are great.
Yeah, the word fluent is.
It's been watered down a little bit there.
What'd you get, George? What did AI tell you?
5 languages.
I heard it was like 53.
English, Spanish, Italian, French, and Portuguese.
Okay.
All the good ones. So
He can
Wednesday
also-
are important.
Yeah, he can read Latin and German. It says.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's 7. I heard 53. I got to
7,
check.
53.
I got to check my sources. Maybe I'm getting my information from the wrong sources. Fake news. Am I right?
Well, there's a lot of that going around.
Yeah, some of it's true though.
ABC, you're the fake news.
They're the ones that you're deciding are the fake news.
Well,
for
today.
Did everybody have a good Mother's Day? I know there are no mothers here on the crew.
How do you know?
Well, I mean, I've known you guys for a while, so I kind of know how you don't throw that on me. It's not like we just met.
Considering how
I know how you identify.
Well, considering how Last of Us is going now on Max,
Yes.
you one of us could be a mother.
Well, everybody is talking about that, but this is what the kids told me last night. They said they did exactly the same thing in the video game.
Yeah.
So if they go to the second season, they're pulled the first season off the video game, right? And so they already did this. So maybe they sold more video games than ever. Maybe it's a winner. Who knows?
Same thing happened during the video game. People went, ugh, and quit playing.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they were halfway through the season.
Yeah,
You know?
and then they saw what happened the second week
You
of
know,
the
it is
season.
fiction.
Yes, but it's also
So,
boring.
but this is my
Wait,
point.
you mean to
Okay,
tell me
hold
there
on.
wasn't
This
an
is-
apocalypse with fungi?
No, my point is this. It's not the same thing as, swapping something in Star Wars or whatever. If the source material is the game and they're going off of the source material, then that's the whole.
But Neil Druckmann hijacked it from Amy Hennig, who wrote the first game, and then he made the second game to anger the fans of the first game.
Okay, well, then job well done. I would say if that was what you wanted to do, it was a job well done. I don't know. I just can't get myself angry about shows anymore or what actors say.
You just don't watch them. That's
right.
exactly.
I don't
That's the ultimate
watch
save.
hardly anything anyway.
Same, except
So,
YouTube is what I.
I watch YouTube a lot, and that's and I can't believe I missed out on the only Mother's Day melee. On the algorithm did not feed me.
I can't believe you didn't see it. It's great.
Well, if the algorithm is giving you fights at Golden Corral, that means you're watching a lot of these things.
Well,
the algorithm gives you what you already like. They know.
To be fair-
Oh, here's crazy people for no good reason beating each other up in a family restaurant.
It does-
Oh, Jared's gonna love this one.
It does show me a lot of the Waffle House melees or the IHOP fights. It shows me a lot of
well,
those.
the Golden Corral's going to get it. I don't know if you realize, to the algorithm, it's just people acting.
people that are
ridiculous-
fighting,
Yeah, are
yes.
fighting and
I just learned Waffle
family
House
restaurants.
closes at midnight now.
Well, probably because too
You
much
can't-
is happening after midnight. Nothing good happens after midnight. You know that.
Well, some
No,
things,
I disagree.
some good
Well,
things.
4 a.m.
good things that
4
are good
a.m.
in the moment, but like when you're looking back, usually, let's say you're 75 years old and you're on your rocking chair on your porch, and you're thinking back over your life, the good, the bad, the pros and the cons, the things that you did right and the things that you wouldn't do again. My guess is for most people, the things that didn't go, that you would not do them again, most of those things probably happened after midnight, and the things that you feel really good about probably happened while the sun was up.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing.
Probably.
I'm just guessing because I saw some kind of thing about, trying to get rid of vices, as you get older. And one guy just said, just go to bed at 11. You just go sleep through it. Just like you wake up, you got the next, just go to bed. If everybody went to bed at 11 o'clock now, except for the people who have to work, but
America does have to keep going.
That's right. If most people just went to bed at 11 o'clock at night and slept till like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, most of the things that ever got them put in jail would not have happened. Possibility.
I don't know, but the Pretty Lights sunrise set that I saw at Bonnaroo last year was magical.
Yeah,
and
it was magical because you were taking things that you probably wouldn't take at 10 o'clock in the morning. So,
well, what's 10 o'clock? It ended at 6 o'clock.
No,
in the
no.
morning.
I'm saying that you wouldn't take otherwise at 10
okay,
o'clock in the morning.
I see other parts of the
You know, 10 o'clock in the morning will look magical on Molly too. You just don't see it that often.
What if I was just drinking coffee during the whole?
That's a drug too. Don't forget. That's a drug too. I wish I could quit drinking coffee. I only drink 2 cups a day, but I'm getting to the point now where I just don't want to be dependent upon anything. I want to be able to get up. I don't bring bags with me anymore when I go to work. I don't have satchels. I don't be dependent on anything. I just want to move, man. I want to move through life.
Raw dog it.
I guess that's what's. I mean, to me that means something else. But I guess
That's
now
all it means. no, it's been recaptured.
It's been
and reclaimed.
recaptured, and it means. But yeah, for the most part, I don't want a bunch of stuff around me and with me. I love the fact that now I drive into the garage. I open the door. I get out. I walk in. I don't have a satchel, no briefcase, no nothing.
Someone's hijacked your studio.
Well, listen, things happen. Let's not. I don't know what happened there. I don't ask questions. I just was coming in today, and then there was somebody shooting something on camera. And I didn't.
Was there a studio brawl?
No, it wasn't that. No, it did not come to that because
post Mother's Day brawl.
I'm never going to be in a studio brawl because I came around the corner. I saw that. Oh, okay, this is different, and I just turned around and went back to my office. You know, if it happens 3 times in a row, I guess maybe I'll bring it up. I consider this my office from 2 p.m. on, but that's just me. You know, it's all right. It's
or
okay.
if you see him at the Golden Corral, it might.
Well, at that point, if there's only one more serving of pudding, and that person takes it, well, that's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. But let's not worry. Let's not think about that now.
Yeah.
That's
a last resort.
That is right. That is
First
exactly.
resort in my book.
Well,
settle it quickly.
What I was going to ask is, although there are no mothers, did people have a good Mother's Day?
Yes, thank you.
Well, that's nice to know.
I cooked steaks.
Oh, really? Well, so you had a good Mother's Day. What about the people who had to eat the steaks?
Well,
were they all right?
They
How
were
were the
enjoyed.
steaks? Okay.
She enjoyed her steak. She likes New York
Everyone got
strip.
food.
I like the ribeye because I like the fat in it.
Are you a good cook? You a good chef?
I'm a good griller.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I wish I was a good griller. I'm not. And I feel
You can learn on YouTube. It's so easy.
Oh, you can learn anything
That's how
on
I learned.
YouTube. But I mean, I guess I could
Sear
do
the
that.
steak. That's the trick. Sear the steak.
Reverse sear.
Well, actually, I used to work in restaurants where I did that. I mean, of course, I famously worked at the Great Mr. Steak up in Western New York, but that's different when you've got 9,000 orders coming in and you're like on a shift on a line with a bunch of people. Not the same thing as love and care at a grill. I feel like less of a man because whenever we have people over and we're grilling, they see my wife up there because she knows what she's doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know how. I don't know how to get the propane thing to get.
Charcoal, baby. Charcoal.
Well, we have one.
propane,
We have one
it's-
with the propane.
It's literally a little knob.
Yeah,
You
I
just
know
turn
it
the
is. I
knob.
just don't trust
Lefty-
myself.
lefty
I might
loosey.
blow up. It's like a bomb waiting to happen. It's like,
Lefty loosey.
I don't really.
That's it.
No, I know. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. I understand these things, but I just I figure if I don't mess with propane ever, and then I have people over, maybe that's not the time for me to be figuring out a potential bomb. So I stay away from it.
Does she do the reverse sear where you let it come to temperature?
Wow, I thought I was like, wow, that's really personal.
Well, that's the reverse sear with the reach
I mean,
around.
much more when we were younger.
But you bring it up to about 120 and then 130, and then
yeah. Well, how do I know if it's 120 or 130?
You can get a
Well,
thermometer.
have a watch? I mean, a thermometer.
A meat thermometer.
Yeah. You don't have a
I
meat
think it's
thermometer?
130. I think they're done. That's another thing. I always feel like I'll get it wrong and I'll poison people or something. I don't be responsible.
Well, that happens.
Yeah, it does happen. From time to time. People get sick.
People get food poisoning. It's okay.
The chicken's pink.
So was Gil aware and kind of knew to be nice to his mother and tell her how much he loved her and all that, or?
Yeah, he wanted me to. I asked him what I should get his mommy for Mother's Day, and he said, she wants a Subaru Matchbox that's pink.
Oh, wow. Isn't that her taste and his taste? They seem exactly the same.
Yeah.
They're in line.
I said, so you want mommy to play with it? No, I'll play with it. I go,
Oh, okay.
Boy, your kid in cars. I'm starting to get a little worried. This
Yeah.
could go on too long.
We're working on puzzles and activities outside that don't include
Usually
cars.
kids don't stick with something for 3 straight years.
Hey, maybe he'll invent the next smart
Possible.
car.
It's possible. It is possible. Or he'll just drive them, which is fine too.
Mhm.
But you could go broke because he's going to want all these different cars.
He did ask me over the weekend why people like Cybertrucks.
Does he think they're ugly?
I don't know where the question came
Because
from.
I think if I was a kid, I would think they look cool. As
He
an
thinks
adult,
they
I
look
think
cool.
they're
Cybertrucks
terrible.
are cool.
But he's like, why?
I do.
What?
You think
I
Cybertrucks
think
are
they
cool?
look cool.
He thinks Cybertrucks are cool. He liked Joker 2, and he believes that he's on the record as saying this tariff thing's going to work. I'll tell you what, you're taking your own lane. I got to give it to you.
I'm here.
Where do I get in touch with him?
Oh, yeah. You can maybe put him in your cabinet or maybe recommend him to Fox News, which is a place to get ready for your cabinet.
That's right. It's the farm team.
It really is. It's the AAA for the cabinet.
We had a great time. I bet one of the best. This is a really good day. Family, friends, grandkids, of course, which is included in family, obviously. But just sitting around for 6 or 7 hours. Little to drink, little to eat, just talking. The kids weren't overly scrolling through the whole thing. And then at the end, the kids wanted me to see Andor, so we watched the first episode of Andor. And then they all left, and I watched 2 episodes of The White Lotus, and that was my Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you tuned in. I know everybody wants to know, what the hell did Eric do?
What's Eric watching?
Let's see. Yeah, we got to do that. We got to do that. All right, so let's maybe do this.
Word of the day.
Hirsute.
Hirsute.
That ain't her suit. That's my suit.
Drive carefully, ladies and gentlemen. Please tip your waiters and waitresses. They've been working their fannies off for you.
I did feel bad for the waiters and waitresses yesterday. My goodness.
Why? With Mother's Day?
Yes, they were working hard.
They probably bank.
People were so mean in the restaurants.
Because Americans are becoming we're just a country of jerks. I mean, I'm sorry. I've seen it just evolve. It's funny when I have these conversations with my son, especially my youngest son, and I'll talk about things kind of going to whatever. And he's 27, so he didn't want to hear that. It's it's just different, whatever. It's not just different. Used to be better. People used to not constantly find reasons to come in conflict with each other all the time. And people were kinder. I think people were always kind of mean to waiters and waitresses, I guess, but not like now. I mean, you just really have a situation now. This is why I just don't go out. Because I don't even want to see that. I don't want to see somebody else be mean to it. But
it makes you uncomfortable.
A lot of servers.
I remember hearing it within earshot of other tables, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of servers. And was it a woman that was it a waitress?
It was in one case it was a male server, and it was the dad getting mad at the male server that kept coming around, and I'm like, they're obviously slammed. That's why he's not bringing stuff.
That's the beautiful thing right there. It doesn't matter if they're slammed. We have been taught now that we are the center of the universe. Each one of us is the center of the universe, and there's no self-awareness. This guy had no self-awareness because he didn't know that he was proving to everyone else in the restaurant that he was somebody you never want to have a beer with. But it's all about he's not going to notice, oh, they're slammed. Now, let's face it, service has gone to garbage in this country. So I kind of get that. So how well the average waiting staff can handle being slammed as opposed to the way things used to be when you sort of expected it. And like Tim Andrews said, you're thinking, yeah, it's going to be a rough day, but when it's over, I'm going to have a bunch of cash in my pocket. So let's go. Let's do it. Now, most of the places you go, you wonder are you just bothering people because you're there and you ask them to do certain things? Is this... I'm sorry I'm asking you to do your job, but it's not even that hard.
I went to lunch
I
Saturday.
take this job. It looks easy. You sit on your ass most of the day, but I'm sorry I came in and asked you to do something.
Saturday I went and got lunch. I took my son to lunch on the way back from my dad's, and when I asked for a to-go container, the waitress gave me an eye roll.
Yeah, because that's service.
No words either.
And then
just
when
an eye roll.
when you walked out, she probably did a video about So, hey guys, so hey, so guys, hey, so, hey guys. Hirsute is spelled Hirsute. It's not a difficult word, but I can't bring every word from outer space. I recognize some words have to be, maybe people have heard the word, think they know what it means, maybe don't know what it means. Just basically mean, it's an adjective, just basically means hairy. Use it in a sentence. Greg Russ is quite hirsute. Is that a good grammatical sentence?
Hirsute.
There you go. Hairy, like Robin Williams. This guy.
I'm hirsute. It's not her suit, it's my suit.
Hirsute. So that's your word of the day. And I hope that you feel better for it. I mean, what have you already learned like 3 things in the first 25 minutes.
Are you going
to
stick to word of the day this week? I know the past couple of weeks we've been like, one day's word of the day.
You know what's funny is I have in front of me, I have a sign that says word of the day right in front of me every day just so that I don't forget. I have 2 signs. I tend to forget them both. That's why I have them as signs, because I'd forget more. And then the other one says, say it through comedy.
Dave Baker here for Artisan Custom Closets. Spring cleaning is here. Let Artisan Custom Closets help you maximize your space and get organized. Artisan will work with you to design an affordable luxury custom closet where you'll be able to see all your accessories, clothes, and shoes without rummaging through the clutter. Don't use the pricey West Coast closet company that doesn't customize or the cheap closet companies with pushy salespeople and pricing games. Artisan Custom Closets, affordable luxury. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
At Ameris Bank, we know it's never just business when it's your business. So we're here to be your partner. Whether you're launching a startup, expanding locations, or managing daily finances at your company, you can do it all with a committed financial partner on your side. Our expert business bankers are ready to empower you on your financial journey. We're Ameris Bank, and we're fiercely yours. Visit your local branch or learn more at amerisbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Scott Slade. If your air conditioning system isn't running just right, let me share what I know to be true about Ragsdale Heating and Air. Great people, many with the company for 10, 20, even 30 years. And if you need a new system, take advantage of up to $1,700 off a new Carrier home comfort system. And it comes with Ragsdale's trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. Ragsdale's the name I know you can trust for plumbing, electrical, and insulation, too. Schedule your visit online at ragsdaleair.com or call them. Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
With thousands of 5-star reviews, it's no wonder CertaPro Painters is Greater Atlanta's most preferred painting company. Hear from one of their happy customers.
We wanted to add some color to our walls, so we hired CertaPro. We had built-in shelves that were supposed to be ready to paint when they got there, which they were not. CertaPro spent hours caulking and sanding to make sure the job was done right. It's rare to find a crew with integrity who really take pride in their work.
When choosing a painting professional, choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Belinda Skelton here with Atlanta Vision Institute's very own Dr. Ashraf, who is one of the most experienced eye surgeons in the country. Dr. Ashraf, we've all watched the news and the economy is uncertain, but failing eyesight isn't. And if you've held back due to finances, we've got good news for you, don't we?
Yes, Belinda, as you know, our eyesights degrade as we age. And with the laser optics procedure, that resets all of that. And most of my patients go most of the day without glasses. They can even read their phone without glasses. And in terms of the economy, most of these patients, their medical insurance can cover most of the costs. And if it doesn't, we have a lot of good financing options for this procedure.
That's awesome, Dr. Ashraf. I urge you to take the quiz to see if you're a candidate. Go to 2020atlanta.com. That's 2020atlanta.com.
It's graduation season. This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, where we've been helping Atlanta celebrate those special moments since 1939. Graduation gifts symbolize a new stage of life. Off to college? Give her something she can wear every day to remind her of home, like our Heart in Georgia necklace, a pendant in the shape of her home state, set with the birthstone of your choice for just $155. Celebrate graduation with a lifelong treasure at D. Geller & Son, in Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio, news sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top local story, the man charged with murdering a grandmother in her gated Buckhead community is found competent to stand trial. 25-year-old Antonio Brown is accused of stabbing 77-year-old Eleanor Bowles outside her home in the Paces West community in 2022. Bowles' family was in court for today's hearing. The court is not yet saying when the trial will begin. Israeli-American hostage Edan Alexander is released today by Hamas. Friends and family gather in his hometown of Tenafly, New Jersey for a watch party. Michael Berg says more needs to be done.
There are 58 more hostages still there. Some are alive, some are dead, and we just want this over already. Anyone who's listening should pressure every congressman, every senator, anyone you can to try to get them home.
The release of the 21-year-old is part of a ceasefire effort with Israel. After returning to Israel, Alexander will eventually come back to the U.S. A 23-year-old man is dead after crashing his Tesla in Forsyth County. Ashton Dickerson of Cumming lost control of the vehicle early Sunday morning.
He was driving a Tesla down Herdsville Road and did not negotiate the curve. The Tesla went off the road, unfortunately hit a tree, and then stopped in a cow pasture.
Stacy Miller with Forsyth County Sheriff's Office says a passenger in the car survived and was taken to the hospital with superficial injuries. Speed likely was a factor in the crash. R&B superstar Usher receives an honorary doctorate prior to delivering the commencement address to graduates at Emory University today. He tells the class of 2025 to create a path of opportunity.
Losers, let it happen. Winners, make it happen. Losers, see icy streets. Winners, put on ice skates. Losers, take chances. Winners, make choices.
The Grammy winner says education should be a right, but he says it's being politicized, minimized, and even erased. It is now 3:32, and this news is sponsored by George Stein, Steel Horse Law. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Andrew Seco.
Travel advisory still making things tough as you head out towards Conyers. Only a left lane open with this vehicle fire cleanup. I-20 eastbound at Turner Hill Road, exit 75. The back door all the way to Panola Road. Avoid the area, take Covington Highway as it turns into Old Covington Highway. We have better news rolling through Duluth and Norcross. Had a crash, just moved to the shoulder. All lanes back open. 85 south at Indian Trail Road, exit 101. Those delays will thin out quite nicely. We did just have a vehicle fire cleanup push to the shoulder on the southwest side, right by the airport. We still see some brake lights as you're traveling on the outer loop 285 eastbound. This is between I-85 and Riverdale Road at exit 61 and 60. Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy with off and on rain showers and a few rumbles of thunder today. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with off and on rain showers, high 74. Rain moving out on Wednesday, heating up through the afternoon, high 81.
It's 80 in Snellville, 79 in Milton, and 81 in Palmetto. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
This is Scott Slade. Nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier, the better. Like me. My doctor saw one lab work number that led to a diagnosis early enough, so I still had options. Now, that's where virtual imaging comes in. They've got the best CT imaging in the Southeast with 98% accuracy and low radiation. Virtual imaging's LD CT whole body scan can be invaluable, giving you time and options for early treatment. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. For a limited time, Virtual Imaging is offering their LDCT body scan for only $995 per scan. That's a $2,495 value. Now, appointments must be scheduled in May. There are a limited number of scans available at this price, so a few minimum requirements may apply. Don't put this off. I've done it. Call 404-678-SCAN. That's 404-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
News is temporary, but your financial plan shouldn't be. I'm Wes Moss, and at Capital Investment Advisors, we're focused on helping retirees invest for income. This means building and managing a portfolio that delivers a steady stream of income, regardless of the scary headlines of the day. If you're ready to shift your focus from the headlines to your core pursuits in retirement, reach out to our team at yourwealth.com. That's YOUR wealth.com.
Motorcycle riders like you are a different breed. You don't just ride your bike, you're obsessed. So if someone causes you to lay your bike down, you need a different kind of attorney, one that understands bikers and their rights. Eric Von Hessler here for my friends at Steel Horse Law, the Stein and Karen Law Group, motorcycle injury lawyers who ride. You can trust them on the road and in the courtroom. Steel Horse Law can help you get back on your feet, medical bills paid, and your case resolved. Trust is everything, and results matter. Free case evaluation at steelhorselaw.com.
You still want a new deck on your house, but you think you may have missed the deck building window? Well, you're wrong. Dave Baker here. At Ben Hill Renovations, deck building goes on year-round. Whether your existing deck is old, rotting, and unsafe, or you just want to upgrade your outdoor living space, now is the perfect time to get the ball rolling. Check out their new website at bhrenovations.com. Better yet, go to their showroom, speak with the designer, and see all that they have to offer up close. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
I do want to get some audio, but first, it's very highly unorthodox to have Greg this early in the show, but apparently he has other plans. So we'll just have to work around his itinerary. Go.
He's a misanthrope, he has a dark heart, and he needs a good psychiatrist. It's Greg Russ with stories from Studio B1.
Monday edition.
Early Monday edition. Early bird
Correct.
special.
I don't get paid to say early.
I apologize. We'll send the new contract.
Thanks.
Greg Russ is going to see the dreaded Mets.
I'm
So
gonna
what's
go to a
happened?
Mets game.
What's happened?
They're playing the Pirates. This is the team that just destroyed the Braves over the weekend. But we'll watch a real baseball team like the Mets. Beat the Pirates
wow!
They didn't destroy us. They won the series.
Come on now.
Easy
Yeah,
there.
that's destroying. That's what the Pirates shouldn't win any
The
series.
Pirates just fired their manager. They're on a little high because they've got
Oh.
an interim manager. It's okay.
What's his name? Skeens?
Skeens.
Is
I
he
always-
pitching tonight?
Is Skeens pitching tonight?
He's the young
I'm asking
phenom.
for a friend.
I don't know who's pitching.
Young phenom.
Yeah, he's
I don't
great to
follow
watch.
baseball, but I always assume the Pirates are every year one of the worst teams in the league. They
They're
seem
not
to
great.
be.
That's why they got
them and the Marlins.
Yep.
Usually, I just assume.
The
I'd be
Rockies.
surprised.
I think the Rockies have won 4 games or something.
The Rockies are on pace to be the worst team in baseball. They're
they're going to turn it around.
They're on pace to win 24 games this
I
season.
say they're going to win 25 or more. I'll put my money on it right now.
Skeens is pitching tonight.
Oh, wow,
Sweet.
that'll be fun.
Well, it would be fun for Greg because I'm not going, and I'm certainly not going to watch it. I can't even find Braves games on my package.
You can get the FanDuel
I'm at
app.
my television package. I wouldn't expect to find the Braves in my package.
Couple of them, maybe.
Get the FanDuel app. You can watch it that way.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? So get the FanDuel. I got to go through a gambling app to see major league teams. No, things are just getting. Hey, you're not wrong. Things are just getting better and better and better, ladies and gentlemen. You have to watch all games through. There's going to be one game this year with the NFL where it's just called Peacock Night or something like that. It's a game. They're not even going to tell you what it is. They're just going to wait until the last minute so that they have a good game. Like you'll only know like 2 weeks before, and then like the last minute. Like, do we have to sign up for something? What do we have to like? NFL, I think, is getting a little too big for its britches. I mean, not yet because its britches are so big.
Well, they don't care. They'll take the money that these
Yeah.
streaming platforms give them. They don't think about it. I guess they aren't worried that people are going to start leaving, not watching.
Well, they
the
haven't had
game.
to. Yeah.
So when Amazon offers them millions, like, okay, sure. Who cares if the fans get angry?
I put some audio in late. I don't know if you picked it up. Something looking. Do you have it? This is a guy, I think Jeremy White. I was watching like a Bills thing about the schedule. They were talking about this kind of stuff, and basically the idea was the same thing. It's like, if these billionaires want something, they're going to get it. They'll get a game. It'll be behind a pay door. It doesn't matter as long as they're willing to pay. And he asked a very good question, actually.
When you say when's enough, what if one billionaire said, I want to be the only person that's able to watch Chiefs Raiders and gave the league $4 billion? Would they take it? Would they say, sure?
I want to be the only one. But you get $4 billion right there. So anyway, we're not here to talk about sports because this isn't a sports show, for heaven's sakes. I do want to. You're gonna like this, Greg. I was gonna play this earlier, but I didn't want to exclude you. I know sometimes you can get angry. So this is
very, very angry.
This is
break things.
This is Trump, and so I guess he's talking about the fact that he's going to do an executive order. Does Congress do anything anymore? So everything's an executive order. I think this is another executive order.
Executive order that he signed this morning, trying to lower the prices of
So basically
prescription
now
drugs.
It's called most favored nation status. So with whatever drugs, I don't know if he's putting them all in there, whatever drugs it covers, the country that gets it for the cheapest price, that means that has to be what Americans get it for. I'm kind of for this, although I recognize it's terrible economics, but I can get into that later. But he starts to tell a story that is like, even when he's your friend, like, we don't know who this is, but believe me, everybody who knows Trump and this guy knows exactly what he's talking about. And this is just kind of hilarious.
I mean, I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him. Highly neurotic, brilliant businessman, seriously overweight, and he takes the fat the fat shot drug. And he called me up, and he said, President, he calls me, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President, so that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy, very successful, very rich. I wouldn't even know how we would know this, but because he's got comments. President, could I ask you a question? What? I'm in London, and I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working. He said, I just paid $88. And in New York, I pay $1,300. What the hell is going on?
We can get into the politics of that.
Not working, fat
It's
ass. This guy's brilliant, but he eats. I mean, God, you should see him. He doesn't even use silverware. He just slurps it all in. What a fat, disgusting pig. What a great friend, though.
I'm not going to tell you who he is, but here's his height, here's his hair color, here's his address. Here's his initials.
5'11". He runs a pharmaceutical. No, I mean he runs a company.
He told me he's in London. He's had to buy the fat drug. I said it's not working.
We could figure out who it is if you have that kind of ingenuity.
Yeah, I mean we could probably figure out who it is, but certainly the people who know that guy and know Trump know exactly who it is.
Yeah, he knows. I'm kidding.
Hey,
fat ass. So big.
Well, clearly he knows he's fat because he's taking the fat drug. So
that's
Can
correct.
it really hurt his feelings?
No, well, I mean, when you say to somebody, "Hey, I was getting the Ozempic," and the first words back to is, it's not working. Either they're really, really close and they could do that, but I don't know.
What did he call it? The fat shot?
The fat shot thing stuff.
Fat shot drug.
The fat shot drug. Oh, wonderful. I have thoughts on this executive order. Number one, but the first question is, do we have a Congress anymore? And if we do, what do they do? Do they do anything?
No, they love this.
I guess because
either if the president is their party and that president's in the White House, then they just do everything. Because I feel like in the past, didn't Congress, even if you were a Democrat and a Democrat was in the White House, you kind of stand up to him like, hey, we got to check your powers. We're not going to let you get away with everything. It just seems like.
But I mean, he's doing everything by executive order, so they can't stand up. But the thing is,
okay, so the tariffs, for example, and I know that Trump's doing the
those
emergency.
are exact. Those are he's using an emergency power, so he's going around
but
Congress.
Congress could.
They
go
could
in
put
there
pressure,
and change those powers, but they won't.
Right, right. They could also, you know, if you had people in your own party saying, "Look, this is not. You got to come through us." But there's no one is even trying that, and I'm sure MAGA loves it, but they're not thinking about the fact that if the next guy's in a different party or gal, they can just come in and all executive orders
undo everything.
If you have a law, Congress passes laws, so you're going to have a really good Supreme Court case if you want to get rid of something like that. But executive order is just the next person comes in and just writes a bunch of stuff that's different and changes all of that. And so it's not, none of it is permanent. And it just doesn't, I guess they're just skating along. They have good jobs. They don't have to do anything. They never have to go on the record. They can always just stand up and talk about the things that they've seen that, 65% of their constituents like, and they can just go up there. And it doesn't matter. With Congress, it doesn't even matter if you were effective. You just want to have the commercials ready to go of you standing on the floor of the House or the Senate saying what should be.
Exactly.
Oh, look, they're on your side.
When the new president comes in and undoes all the executive orders, you're the party out of power. You can say, can you believe this? You can act outraged. And then you can say, you need to vote for me because I have to keep fighting this fight. And then you don't do any work and you get to post your social media photos and collect your paycheck half the year.
I will say this.
$174,000 those Congress people make.
Look, if they were doing their job, I don't, it wouldn't be worth, if we just went back, I don't know, in the very beginning, how long did they even get together? It wasn't like all year the way it is now with recesses.
Well, it wasn't your job. It wasn't your career.
Right. I mean, if the federal government, if our Congress and the federal government was like the way it is here in the state of Georgia, where basically for 3 months a year they come in, do laws, and then
part-time legislature.
Yeah, part-time. And then if you need something, look, they're not doing anything now anyway, except waiting for the president to write up an executive order, and then depending on what party they're in, they'll just go out and have a press conference, talk about how it's the greatest thing.
Good,
bad, man.
It's not good.
And it's just, and later on we'll get to the plane thing, which is just,
palace in the sky.
I don't care about that part of it. What I care about is
beautiful.
It's just insane. It's insane what's going on. It's just insane. Just the president doesn't own the plane. Do people realize this? I know it's it's like almost an illusion at this point. But it's one that we're supposed to keep up. That the people own the White House, they own the Congress.
Tell the president that.
I mean, but it's not your plane; it's our plane.
Well, it belongs to the Department of Defense.
Yeah, which is paid for by the taxpayers.
Right. Well, they keep it.
They don't keep it because the part of the deal is that as soon as you're done with it, it goes to your presidential library.
Well, maybe. We'll see.
It's in the deal. I've seen it.
Yeah, we might cut that out.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB Radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Are you
serious?
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
OMG! Oh my goodness!
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
On 95.5 WSB.
Storm season officially here, friends, and it wreaks havoc on your house and your roof. It's Mark Aram here. If you truly want peace of mind about your roof, and for many years to come, ask Dr. Roof about their lifetime warranty. Dr. Roof's warranty means they have your roof covered for the lifetime of your roof, and if anything comes up, Dr. Roof will take care of it. You never have to worry about a thing. They stand behind it since they've been in business for over 35 years. Now that is peace of mind. All the info online at drroof.com.
We are here with CFP Matthew Decker of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL. And Matt, you've said that income is the outcome that matters the most in retirement. But what income streams require the most attention?
Yeah, so if you've got a pension or if you're living off of Social Security, you kind of know those income streams show up in your mailbox. That's mailbox money. It's almost like you're still working, and it doesn't really require that much attention. But most people that come into the office today, they are having to use their 401ks, their IRAs, SEP Simples, 403bs that are invested in the market to generate income. And anytime you're going to use a market-linked asset where you have to go in and decide when you're going to buy and sell to generate your income, it takes a ton more effort, energy, and attention to get that piece of the puzzle right. But it doesn't actually have to be that way.
So, Matt, the number one fear of adults in retirement is outliving their money. How do we get started building income today?
Well, you can get started today. You'd call us for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement roadmap. We want to build a GPS for you that's going to help navigate retirement, and it's going to have a focus on building and preserving income. 770-280-1488. We've got a representative standing by to talk to you right now. 770-280-1488. Our home office is in downtown Woodstock, but we are available across the metro Atlanta area to meet with you at a time and place that fits your schedule. Again, 770-280-1488 or online at retireatlradio.com.
The team at Vincent Financial Group want to help preserve your assets while building retirement income that lasts as long as you do. Call today for your complimentary retirement roadmap, 770-280-1488. And you can always get more at retireatlradio.com and join us for Retire ATL Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on WSB.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
That's your garage door. Almost broken, but technically not broken yet. And you know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So you don't fix it, 'cause it ain't broke. And it gets worse. Until one day, 2 a.m., raining alligators, carload full of dry cleaning, you push the button, and out of nowhere, guess what's broke? Your garage door. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. A garage door that's almost broken can actually do more damage than one that's fully broke. Jammed up parts put an extra strain on the motor. Rollers out of whack stress the tracks and the belts. Fix it early while it's still a simple repair and before your car gets locked out or locked in. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. Because if it's almost broke, you fix it.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
All right, Greg Russ. Hey, by the way, I realized as I was talking about Mother's Day earlier, I think I mentioned everybody but my wife. She had a great day. All the kids over.
What'd you do? Did you get the balloon?
Oh, of course. I got the balloon and everything. We had family over, and it was a great day. It really was the kind of day that I really enjoy, which is just really 6 or 7 hours of just enjoying each other's company. And I think, I know my wife told me she loved it. So it was,
you also like to bring people into your turf. I've noticed that you don't like to go to other
she's the
people's
mother.
turf.
Now hold on. I think in
But
this
just
situation,
in general, though, you are
she's-
happier when people are at your house.
Yeah, because I don't have to go out and hear like you did somebody being mean to a waiter, and I go, I don't want to think about what a negative impression the American populace is having on me right now. So like when I go out, that's what happens. Is I just see how
Who
people.
was negative?
Huh?
Why are you friends with this person? Why are you
No.
friends with this person?
No.
Just
Listen
mean
to what I'm
waiters.
saying. No, I'm saying Jared went out and he heard from
Yeah,
another
the
table.
table next to us, Greg. We talked about the first
okay, I
segment.
apologize.
Table next to us, the dad was being super rude to the server who was, the restaurant was slammed for Mother's Day. And when restaurants are slammed, I'm hyper aware of that.
Yeah.
I'm always like,
Yeah, of course.
super lenient. I want to be
you
easy
don't
for the
want to wait
server.
30 minutes, but you
No.
give them an extra
No.
5-7
I
minutes
understand.
here and there. Right?
I understand they're going through a lot, and this guy was I could hear his voice at our table.
I'm the
and
most important person here.
and it was just
I would have started
obnoxious.
mocking him
See,
loudly,
and
which
then
would
I
have
would-
angered Christina. but
Then I would have been at another table thinking, this is why I don't go out.
I can't stand people like that. And I know, Jared, that you said in the past you have a friend, which is why I assumed it was your friend, but it's a different guy, so I apologize.
Yeah, he's
For
thinking
saying
about
it was
the
your
guy
friend.
who's like,
Yes,
I don't see no shrimp here.
Oh, it's all
that guy.
Oh, yeah.
The all-you-can-eat shrimp guy.
Yeah, I love that guy dearly, but he's difficult to go to a restaurant with. Yeah, especially if it's an all-you-can-drink or all-you-can-eat situation. It's
Snapping his
uncomfortable.
fingers.
It's
Yeah, I
uncomfortable.
can see the bottom of my glass.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable to be in restaurants and with that particular individual. Love him otherwise, but hard to do that stuff.
So yeah,
this
it's
is
just
why I
good.
make up for those people when I go out to eat, which is why I don't go out to eat, because I carry this burden. I apologize for even ordering
Yeah.
food, even though it's their job. I feel like I'm putting.
Yeah, I don't go that far.
imposing.
I don't have a problem with people. You're going to a restaurant. But I think they should be well compensated, and it's their job. Just like this is my
I
job.
say thank
think
you.
I want to be
at
here?
least- I say thank you at least 50 times when I go to a restaurant. Anytime the waiter or waitress comes up for something, I say thank you.
Yeah, I do
If
that
you
too. I think
tallied
people
it,
should do
I
that
bet
more
it's,
You think it's annoying to
it's
them?
50 or more
Probably.
times. Yeah, I bet they don't even think about it. It's probably better than not being thanked, right?
Oh no, I'm sure it's actually kind of delightful. Like, 'cause people are just so rude now. I mean, I don't like being out and about for that reason. Really, now you end up with a lot of cool people too, and I find that most people in ones and twos are pretty cool. But boy, you get a crowd of over 10, something's going to go sideways. There aren't 10 people left in America who can go out somewhere for hours at a time without one of them. They're either going to break down and start complaining about their life or whatever. What I find about the American people right now, that I meet them, is that each one individually is convinced that they are the most interesting person who's ever lived. And I find them almost all to be unbelievably boring. So that's a very difficult gap to breach.
Well, they're having difficulty
between the two.
People do believe they're the most interesting people in existence, but when other people don't give them the attention they deserve, I think they have a hard time reconciling that. They look and they say, "Hey, I am the most interesting person around.
Yeah.
Why doesn't the world notice this?"
That's the whole
And so any audience they can get captive, like at a restaurant, good luck.
I mean, that's a lot of the identity thing, I think. It's like, this is what's interesting about me. That's not that interesting. Sorry. Okay, if that's the
I don't
most
even talk
interesting thing
about
about you.
You know what, Eric? You should call it out next time. Next time somebody
No,
says it to
then,
you,
then,
they'll be like, "What? I'm going to fight you."
Then you're a Nazi or something. No, well, only a white supremacist would say something like, "Oh, we're the same race. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, well.
Yeah, those are most of the people who will call you that.
Yeah,
People
of
who
course.
are also white are the ones
Yeah.
who like to tell you how racist you are.
Well,
and
what they're really
in the
telling you
process
is how
prove
enlightened
not
they are.
racist.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I
exactly.
didn't mean to jump on you there, but what they're really doing is by calling you something, is they're broadcasting how wonderful they are, how enlightened they are. And again, I would just look at them and go, "Oh, so well, you're still boring." That's the most important thing. Don't be boring. Don't be boring. And I find that a lot of people in this society are just convinced that because of the circumstances of their birth or whatever they went through, that they just are the most interesting people. And it's like, hey, you're 20 whatever. You're not. It's supposed to be like when you're in your 60s or 70s that basically you're sitting around with your friends talking about your ailments. Isn't that like something like, oh, we're this age now? This is the joke that, you know, now that I'm the age I'm at, my friends, you know, oh, are we really having this conversation now? Like, you know, how many hospital visits you've had since the last time But if you think about it now,
How many
like,
pills are you taking, Eric?
Yeah, but now the kids in the 20s are having these conversations like it's the most interesting damn conversation.
It's the boomerification of America. Everybody suffers from the same thing. Well, I got gout.
I don't have gout yet. Have you ever had gout?
No.
I've had the flares.
That's right. You had gout, which means you just got to change your diet, pal.
That's what it is.
Well, are we doing it?
Yeah, I've been eating healthier. I actually sent some pictures to Tim. You want to talk about not being interesting?
Oh, what are you
I
sending
sent some
food
pictures
choices
to-
to?
It gave me inspiration to make my own healthy food bowl.
Well, if you guys are like challenging one another to be
Oh,
healthier,
we're not doing that.
Well, I think
But
you
it
should
tied
do
into
that.
the conversation.
Yeah.
So it was in context, at least.
All right, we have not gotten to one single story from
Who
Studio
cares?
B1. Well, I mean, there might be something good in there.
There's some decent stuff.
Search for something good. We'll get to it when we get back.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Looking to get organized in style? The brand new Artisan Custom Closet showroom is now open near Trilith Studios in Fayetteville. Come experience the Artisan difference. Meet with a designer for your free consultation and start your custom project today. See more at artisancustomclosets.com.
Attention seniors, do you want more personalized healthcare with more one-on-one time with your doctor? Then join us at the grand opening of CenterWell Swanee. CenterWell offers senior-focused primary care that's centered on you. Celebrate with us on Wednesday, May 14th, near the Walmart off Interstate 85 here in Swanee, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Enjoy food, music, and more at this free community event. Plus, tour the new doctor's office and meet the care team. For details, visit CometoCenterwellGeorgia.com. That's CometoCenterwellGeorgia.com.
If you had an encounter with the police and feel like you've been treated unfairly, George Stein, the DUI lawyer, can help. George will guide you through the legal system and work to get your charges dismissed. DUI? Hire the attorney that other attorneys hire. GeorgeStein.com.
Whoa! With the Cubs getting older, we need more space, so we're on the hunt for a new house. Our must-haves, a big yard for the Cubs and Scana Energy for natural gas. It won't be easy to choose the perfect house, but Scana has tons of options that'll make it easy to find the perfect natural gas plan. The sooner we find a place, the better. For a limited time, receive a $60 bill credit when you sign up. Call 1-877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/mover60. Limited time offer. Additional terms and conditions apply.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story: family and friends of a Buckhead grandmother brutally murdered in December of 2022 finally learned today whether the accused killer is competent to stand trial.
After a long delayed mental health exam, Antonio Brown is ruled fit to stand trial and assist in his murder defense. Brown allegedly stabbed Eleanor Bowles at her Paces West Terrace home after after snatching vodka from a liquor store. A Fulton County judge rules jurors can see video involving Brown's ouster from a Publix grocery the previous day, but agrees with the defense that the reason for that, spitting on fruit, is irrelevant character assassination. Prosecutors want to use video to show Brown was wearing the same clothing the days before, of, and after Bowles' death. Trial could begin this summer. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
80 degrees in Atlanta. How many more days of rain chances ahead? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A DeKalb County judge denies bond today for the suspect accused in a deadly crash during a high-speed chase last month. In court today, investigators showed dash cam video of the crash that killed 19-year-old Cooper Shanky as the suspect's vehicle slammed into his car in Little Five Points. The victim's mother, Kate Shanky, says the video is mind-boggling.
I don't think she has any regard for anyone, not even herself. And I do not think she should be out on these streets in any way, shape, or form, ever.
The suspect, 23-year-old Faduma Muhammad, was fleeing from state troopers. She was out on bond from multiple other cases, including a hijacking a vehicle and attempted kidnapping. Governor Kemp today signing education bills, which are meant to make Georgia's workforce stronger. Here's a report all new at 4 o'clock.
The 4 bills signed into law by the governor update the state's education laws to include high-demand career programs, give aid to veterinarians in rural areas, and clean up the definition of eligible student when it comes to loans. It also gives more flexibility to those in the foster care program when it comes to post-secondary education.
And with these steps, we're even closer to reaching our goal of building the workforce of tomorrow and helping all Georgians succeed, no matter their zip code.
Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
Freedom for a 21-year-old man from New Jersey who's been held hostage by Hamas.
Hamas handed 21-year-old Idan Alexander to the Red Cross, who brought him to an army base on the border with Gaza. Alexander's mother waited at the base. He is the last dual U.S.-Israeli hostage who is still alive, and President Trump repeatedly asked Hamas for his freedom. Israel announced it is sending a negotiating team to Qatar to resume negotiations on a ceasefire and hostage deal with Hamas.
Linda Gradstein reports from Jerusalem. Alexander's release is the first since Israel broke an 8-week ceasefire with Hamas in March. After several months on the run, a man wanted for murder in Atlanta turns himself in. 23-year-old Marcius Gillespie is accused in a shooting in January that killed a 19-year-old man on Holderness Street in southwest Atlanta. Gillespie is charged with murder, aggravated assault, and theft by taking. He is now in the Fulton County Jail. There are long lines reported at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport for a second straight day due to a combination of weather and runway equipment issues.
Busy is an understatement. It's very crowded. Both lines of security, north and south, were fully packed.
This traveler heading to Raleigh, North Carolina, he says he usually arrives an hour before departure and says he'd recommend adding at least 30 minutes if you're flying today. An historic gathering in Atlanta tonight. All living Atlanta mayors come together to pay tribute to former mayor and UN Ambassador Andrew Young. The event is at the Woodruff Arts Center Galleria. Forever Young, a tribute to Andrew Young, will be a celebration of Young's legacy, his commitment to civil rights, diplomacy, and public service. Now, WSB Money Update. Stocks surged today after news the U.S. and China are pausing tariffs. At the closing bell, the Dow up more than 1,100 points. The NASDAQ up more than 4%, and the S&P up more than 3%. It is now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. And triple team traffic begins with Andrew Seco.
Seen some new brake lights out of the mall as Stonecrest going to crash in the left lane, I-20 westbound at Panola Road, exit 71. The back door taking you towards Evans Mill Road. You are slowing and going as you're approaching 285 in the southeast side. Allow for some extra time if you're on your way closer towards 285. Speaking of 285, as we look on the inner loop leaving Doraville, starting to see the brake lights forming. 285 eastbound. You're jamming in from Beaufort Highway, letting you go at Chamblee Tucker Road. That's exit number 34. And some new brake lights up in Alpharetta. Might have something jamming you up. It's a little slower than you usually see on a Monday afternoon right here on 400 northbound. Approaching Windward Parkway, that's exit number 11. Going to pour through some jam cams, see what we got going on as you head closer towards Forsyth County. Taking a look at things in Midtown downtown with the help of Kobe Dawkins.
In 7585 northbound, seeing heavy volume starting just past Langford Parkway, getting to Freedom Parkway. Southbound ride slow as well, starting before the downtown merge, getting to I-20. 20. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly to mostly cloudy this evening with a few hit-or-miss rain showers moving through. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with hit-or-miss rain showers, high 74. The rain moves out on Wednesday, high 81.
Storm Tracker radar showing some spotty showers around the metro at this hour, including some rain right in the heart of DeKalb County. Right now, Decatur 82 degrees, 78 in Hiram, 80 in Norcross. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Greg Russ with us early. Promise he's going to get to at least one story from Studio B1. I do have to say this. Well, just I want to make this point. Is that I watch, seeing some coverage lately and hearing coverage. It's always like, well, here's the Democrat position and here's the Republican position. And here on the panel, we have a Democrat and we have a Republican. And they give the Democrat side and the Republican side. And it's all a lie. I don't know if people realize this, but it's all a lie. It's not, maybe it was at one point, but at this point, it's not the Democrats versus the Republicans. It's the corporations that own all the politicians versus you. Until you start seeing the world that way, you're not going to see the world, as far as I'm concerned. So, well, Democrats want higher taxes. And, well, is that... Republicans, we are $36 trillion in debt, and that's under both parties for the last 25 or 30 years. I don't see any saviors out there. What do you got for us, Greg Russ?
We are actually getting into a story. Okay, I'll tell you about the U.S. elite.
The U.S.
elite.
Let's
talk about the U.S. elite.
I love those.
Strive to be one of them. Mm-hmm. They used to go to the Hamptons. This was a place that they liked to frequent, buy houses, second, third homes. It's gotten too busy for them. So they're leaving the Hamptons, and now they're going to places like Austin, Texas, or Jackson Hole, Wyoming, or even the Hawaiian Islands.
Or what's that 30A? What is that? Is that
50A?
Florida. 30A?
Yeah, 30A is in
30A.
between. That's in between Panama City and Destin.
That's where all the rich country stars go.
That's
they want
a town?
No, it's like a stretch of road.
It's a stretch of road. Really, the city, I believe, is Seaside. That's in between Panama City and Destin.
So all the rich hillbillies, they build
their
palaces there.
Yeah, a 24-mile stretch of highway right there on the Gulf of America.
What are the? Oh yeah, that's right. They go, they get their guitars out and go, "That's the Gulf of America to me."
Hamptons of the South, it's being dubbed.
Oh yeah, it's great here, man. Come on down with your boats.
Yeah, so it's D-bag city of the South is what you're saying. If you're saying it's the Hamptons.
Correct. That's what I call it.
That was like the last place on earth I would want to spend 10 minutes of my life, the Hamptons. George is like, I'd like to hobnob with the rich and famous. The most boring, rich and famous people, by and large, are some of the most boring people alive. They've got too much to lose, to be honest, unless you run into some nutter like Elon Musk. If he's in a K-hole, he'll give you the truth.
Well, this is not good news for the Hamptons, because the Hamptons thrive off tourism between Memorial Day and Labor Day. And so
there's still chumps going, Jared. There's
still chumps.
Like me and you going.
Okay.
But the rich people.
Well, you're allowed to go?
They've had their fill.
I thought you had to show like your bank account to get across the bridge or something. So whether I guess people have to work in the stores though, right? So I mean, somebody's got to.
Correct.
Somebody's got to sell a postcard.
Yeah.
But they get a pass. It's like the airport. They get the badge that allows them in.
That's right.
They stop at security. They flash the badge. And if there's a set number of hours too, the security knows their shift, and if they stay longer than that shift, they hunt these people down to kick them out of the Hamptons.
Yeah, you don't get to stay after hours. And after hours is any time you're not on the clock.
And that's a long drive from New York City. Do they have an airport out there, or do you have to land in New York and go?
There is a smaller airport close on Long
sure.
Island. It's not in the Hamptons, but it's on Long Island.
I'm sure these D-bags have got their own transportation. They're not going to sit. Do you think they're going to sit in a traffic jam?
Well, they take helicopters.
Sakes? Yeah, they take helicopters everywhere, like on Succession.
Oh, yeah.
The world changes. Your worldview changes. I don't care if you're Mother Teresa the first time you started in your first helicopter. But when you start flying over people to get to places, I guarantee you, over time, your worldview changes. You have less contact with the people you're flying over. That's what was so great about Succession. It's not something that people talk about a lot, but a great thing about that show was they were always above, they're 35 stories up or they're in a private plane, or they're helicoptering. They're always above and over the people. The people are not. And then any time really that they're on the ground, they're confused. They need personal assistance. People are showing them where to go. They have no idea how to navigate the world at street level. And that's what this is all about. I think these people are just. I mean, I shouldn't paint with a broad brush.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's.
It's natural. It's natural to vacation in different places. You know, you get sick of going to the same place.
Well, these people aren't vacationing though. This is their home. This is like their second home, or
Well, maybe they
all
Airbnb
all those lying hillbillies in Nashville who do these songs about how their town's the greatest town. They'll never go back there. First of all, they're either in Nashville or they're at 30A or whatever.
Yeah. Muddy Ditch, Illinois.
Yeah, my town is a town that if you ever see me there again, I'm fulfilling some sort of obligation.
I visited my mom at her.
Yeah, I can't
hostel.
convince. No, mom's in 30A. Come on, that's the first thing you do.
Yeah, that's
take
true.
care of mom.
So you write a song about how great your hometown is, so that you can get your entire family out of that town as soon as possible. All right. Well, we should call this D-bags on the move. So it turns out that these elitists are it's just too cramped. Are there actually traffic jams and stuff on the Hamptons? Is that what they're? Don't they all just?
Oh, there's a lot of traffic heading out that way. Yes, but again, if you're taking the helicopter, maybe the heliport gets backed up.
It's possible.
It's not big enough to accommodate. So you go somewhere like Texas where there's a lot of land. Austin somewhat surprises me. I guess it shouldn't.
That's kind of offbeat.
That Austin is,
That's more the artsy.
Keep Austin weird.
Yeah, that's mostly artsy D-bags. I
And
think,
podcasters.
Yeah. And podcasters, because everybody's following Joe Rogan wherever he goes, I suppose.
Well, it's people who want to move to Texas to take advantage of the cheaper cost of living. Not that Austin's cheap, and with the taxes, I forget how the taxes work.
Yeah, it's not quite Florida,
Texas.
but it's like Georgia. Georgia's in Florida, but it's much lower than a place like New York,
Yeah, so you can go
Illinois,
to Texas,
California.
You can take advantage of all that the state has to offer, but you can say, I hate Texas. That's why I live in Austin.
Yeah, I know.
So it gives you an out.
It's an oasis for us.
Yeah,
It's
but
a blueberry in a
meanwhile-
sea of red.
Yeah, but meanwhile, it's also it's the capital of the state. So they usually have Republican governors who are just right up the street in
And-
the biggest building in the city.
The biggest hillbillies in Texas are going to be going to University of Texas for the Texas Games, which is right there in Austin as well, too.
Well, I mean, Athens is pretty liberal too because of the colleges, but then on game day it gets a little red.
Game day
Not just the
changes.
uniform; it gets a little red in Athens. All right, what else you got there, Greg Russ? I'm tired of talking about these D-bags. These elitist.
Apparently, everybody is replaceable. Bosses these days at corporations, they don't really care about their workers. They say with AI coming in that everyone is replaceable. And in the past, companies would give in to employees, and there was a war for talent, but now it's more of a war on talent.
Is that what this in the Wall Street Journal? I think I read
That
this.
was a Wall Street Journal article. Yes.
Yeah, there's part of this that I agree with, and part of it is, the whole AI thing, treating people like crap because you think you got an AI option coming along. I'm not into that. But a lot of it is really when the employees had the upper hand coming back from the pandemic, I guess. They just overplayed it. If the boss wants you to come
We're
to
not
work,
coming in the office.
No, it's not like that. If the boss wants you to come into the office, there is no debate. He's your boss. He doesn't have to be your boss. You can quit. There's no law that says you must work for this person for the rest of your life. But if the boss makes the rules and then you decide, do I want to work at this place with these rules? And sometimes you have to because it's the only job you can get, and then you're looking to get out as soon as you can. But things just went too far the other way. If I was a boss of anything, I'm not going to negotiate with you as to whether or not you're coming into the office. That's my call. And then you decide, do I like his call? If I don't like his call, maybe I'm going to look for other work. And then if you can't find other work, then you kind of get, work is not supposed to be. There was a good line in there from somebody who said, what was it? Your life balance is not my problem. That should be chiseled.
Work life balance is your problem.
Is your problem. And that is, it's not 95% true. It is 100% true. How you manage your life So if you look around, you'll see there's 330 million other people in the same country. So you have to be responsible for that. That means you get the level of education that you want for the level of work that you want. You don't delude yourself into thinking that you can have it all, high-paying job, but I only work 3 days a week. Hey, some people do, but it's not normal. It's not the way most people live their lives. So if you want to get that kind of life, there's something else you got to do to kind of get there. But I love that part of this. This idea that employees can tell bosses, no, we're not going to come into the office. It just seems like a breakdown of everything to me. And if your boss is a jerk, then don't work there a minute longer than you need to work there.
See, I don't understand that because when we were out for almost a year, I was so happy to be back here because you have a routine. You go to a place, you see other people. Well, who would want to be in their home all day?
It's not good being at home all day. There's a mandate where we have to return 3 days a week. I don't mind because sitting in my apartment all day, you realize I've been in this exact room. I woke up, I went to a different room for a bit. Now I'm back in this room and I'll be in this room for hours. I also sleep in this room. I don't think it's healthy. I honestly think it takes a toll.
The untold story. This is only my speculation. The untold story, always lurking around every major decision that adults make. Access to pornography. People want to be able to work and then take little 10-minute breaks here or there. I guarantee you.
That and you can get like your laundry done. You can
get your laundry done. We get your laundry done.
After the porn. Come on.
You can get your laundry. Laundry was piling up when people were going to work? That's ridiculous.
It was. And now, because of everybody returning back to the office, there are full laundry bins around the
that's great.
now
Because nobody's leaving their home, there's no need to put on new clothes every day, so there's really not as much laundry to do. Andrew Seco. I'm sorry, what?
I was going to say people were not getting dressed. They'd sit in their pajamas.
Yeah, it was disgusting. We became disgusting, slothy people. Andrew Seco is watching brake lights build near the Mall of Stonecrest.
Good afternoon, Eric and friends. Not a good afternoon if you're heading through Stonecrest towards 285. Might have to issue a travel advisory for the tough ride. We're seeing only a right lane getting by I-20 westbound at Panola Road. Exit 71, the brake lights back towards Evans Mill Road. You may want to use Covington Highway as a fast track to get where you're going on time. A little smooth in and out of downtown. Just had some trouble. Clear to the shoulder heading north in the connector as you approach North Avenue. Still seeing some brake lights mixed with volume. We're slow all the way back into East Point passing Langford Parkway. And just watch some trouble clear to the shoulder out of Sandy Springs. Delays thinning out quite nicely, but we are still a little bit slow. We're on the outer loop 285 westbound. We're at Riverside Drive, slowing you back towards 400, that's exit number 27. Speaking of 400, let's take a look at that as well as the ride in and out of 85 with Kobe Dawkins.
Well, better news on Georgia 400 northbound in Alpharetta near Windward Parkway. Exit 11 stalled, cleared, and no delays remain. However, 85 northbound rides become slow starting at Spaghetti Junction, I-285, getting into Norcross towards Beaver Ruin Road. And this report is sponsored by 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup is coming to Atlanta. Get ready for a global soccer showdown at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Don't just watch history, be there. Get tickets at FIFA.com/tickets. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Are you serious?
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
OMG! Oh my goodness!
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
Remember that first paycheck when you started working all those years ago? You looked at the net amount and thought, whoa, what happened here? Ah, the joy of taxes. It could be this way with your retirement accounts. You know how much you've saved, but if you haven't planned for Uncle Sam, you could come up short in retirement. With tax laws constantly changing, there's a lot you need to know to make sure you're not paying more than your fair share. Financial advisor Mark Lloyd and the Lloyd Advisory Group can help you create a plan that shows you how taxes could affect you now and in the future. Set up your tax strategy session with Mark and the team at the Lloyd Advisory Group now. Call 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Make sure you know how these changes could affect you so you can avoid some of those whoa moments in retirement. Call 770-766-5611. Insurance products and services offered through Lloyd Advisory Group. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
Men, trouble in the bedroom?
Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Skip the hassle of constant cleaning and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, this is Mark Spain. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home stress-free, make the most money, and move on your timeline. One of our clients, Tyra, said, thanks to Mark Spain Real Estate, our home had several cash offers within 24 hours of it being on the market, and we closed in less than a month. Find out what your guaranteed offer would be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com. And start packing.
This is Scott Slade. Nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier, the better. Like me. My doctor saw one lab work number that led to a diagnosis early enough, so I still had options. Now, that's where virtual imaging comes in. They've got the best CT imaging in the Southeast with 98% accuracy and low radiation. Virtual imaging's LD CT whole body scan can be invaluable, giving you time and options for early treatment. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. For a limited time, Virtual Imaging is offering their LDCT body scan for only $995 per scan. That's a $2,495 value. Now, appointments must be scheduled in May. There are a limited number of scans available at this price, so a few minimum requirements may apply. Don't put this off. I've done it. Call 404-678-SCAN. That's 404-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Girls have them too, you know, Tim. I know you think it's just only men.
What are you talking about? Down there?
No. I'm talking about what I was talking about before, and you laughed.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying.
Sandy Duncan.
Thank you very much.
I think that we proved that was not true, though.
Oh, yeah, that she didn't have a glass eye? But it's not just Columbo and Sammy Davis Jr. Girls do it too, you know.
All right.
All right, well, I made that point.
I am offended, though, in the last segment that you insisted, I guess you insinuated that only bosses were men in the last segment.
Did I? I didn't do that.
You did.
I've had plenty of bosses
That's
who are
why
women.
That's why you could never solve that riddle.
Yeah.
Father and son were in an accident. They were rushed to the hospital, and the doctor said, I can't operate on this child. It's my son. How could that be?
And what is the answer to that? I forgot.
Well, in the past, it was because the surgeon was the mother, but now it could just be a second dad.
Yeah, exactly. Now the riddle is it's like it could be anybody almost. Yeah, I'm not like that. I've had plenty of some of the best bosses I've ever had in my life have been women. So I apologize. I have to do a struggle session.
You do.
I want everybody to know that I, like everybody else, I still have things to learn. And
not enough.
Oh,
I need to destroy you.
Oh, no.
Apologies, not going to cut it this time. I want your job.
Oh, I thought
Take him off the air.
I thought I was going to do that, be able to do that whole I still have stuff to learn shtick. Get away with
It's
it.
not going to fly.
No.
Here's how you learn. And here's how I get you on my side. I destroy your life so you have nothing. You have no job. You have no dignity.
no.
You have no confidence. And then you'll say, you know what? Greg was right.
That's right.
I am a
The parasites are
terrible
right.
person.
I should be one of them.
The parasites.
It's the dumbest way to win people over. If you use any logic, you're like, hey, am I really going to get people to come to my side?
It's not about that anymore. It's not about no one is trying to convince, unless there's an election going on, no one's trying to convince people to join them or think that they're right. It's just a lot of declaring going on both sides. I will say this, when it comes to speech things, we all kind of went crazy on the woke stuff and all that was true. But
there's a correction going on
now.
now.
Well, there's more than a correction because adding it up, it's like, yeah, when the left was in power, there's a lot of people who were canceled. I didn't like that. A lot of people's careers were kind of destroyed. You had a lot of people, just based on, frivolous things or things that happened 30 years ago or whatever. But I do have to say this one thing about the other side who used to be in power. They didn't put people in prison for their for their points of view or their opinions. This crowd's actually locking people up because they don't like op-eds. So I'm going to give that one to. I'm gonna score that one to the left for now. We'll see how it works out. Hey, Greg, that music says we're done with you, but you're not done with the world. Enjoy your.
I could say till 5 if you wanted, but
I don't know.
You tell me.
I was told that you wanted to get to the game, so.
I'll stay till 5.
Stay till 5. Stick around. All right. Okay. We may move on to other things, and you can just join us. All right. Very good.
Just chime
you know
in.
what? Out of the stories that are left over, choose one that you're like, this is too good to let go. And we'll do that one first when we get back. Oh, you want to give stuff away? Do you?
Yeah, since Greg's going to be here too. Let's give stuff away.
Yeah.
Win 2 tickets to see Bryan Adams on Thursday, November 6th at Gas South Arena. Be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Andrew Seco is checking Double Trouble on I-20 in DeKalb.
Right near the Mall at Stonecrest. Just can't catch a break anywhere you're trying to go. Travel advisory still active westbound at Panola Road, exit 71, only right lane getting by. And the DOT telling us of a new stall on a left lane heading eastbound at Evans Mill Road, exit 74. Looking a lot better eastbound than we are westbound, but it's still a tough ride in and out of the Mall at Stonecrest. Allow for some extra time. If you're heading west, you may want to use Covington Highway as a quick fast track. Second worst impact spot, always the downtown connector, especially at this point of the afternoon. North and southbound all jammed up. Northbound slow back into East Point through the heart of Midtown. Southbound trouble starting just south of 495, slowing and going all the way down towards I-20. With a look at our neighbors to the south side, here's Kobe Dawkins.
Well, it's sluggish. 75 southbound leaving I-675 getting to Highway 2081. Northbound rides, you're on and off the brake starting at Highway 155 getting to Jodico Road. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Spring storms can produce flash flooding with heavy rain flowing around your house and into your crawl space. And rainwater trapped in there will provide the perfect breeding ground for mold. Hey, this is Christina Epwords. Mold not only produces that stale, musty smell, but it can also impact the air quality in your home. But call my friends at American Crawl Space Solutions. They will encapsulate your crawl space, keeping it dry and preventing mold from forming. AmericanCrawlSpaceSolutions.com, your best value for crawl space repair.
American Crawl Space Solutions, foundations too.
At Ameris Bank, we know it's never just business when it's your business. So we're here to be your partner. Whether you're launching a startup, expanding locations, or managing daily finances at your company, you can do it all with a committed financial partner on your side. Our expert business bankers are ready to empower you on your financial journey. We're Ameris Bank, and we're fiercely yours. Visit your local branch or learn more at amerisbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
Trust isn't a given. It's earned. And when you're in need after a wreck, trust someone I know will work for you. John Foy & Associates. It's Smiler Mark McKay. John Foy is compassionate and will treat you with respect. Don't go it alone. Go with the guy I personally recommend. JohnFoy.com.
When someone's AC is on the fritz, drains are clogged, or wall outlets are sparking, Castile Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical never asks, how soon do you need it fixed? You know why? Because no one in recorded history has ever said, oh, take your time, just whenever you can get to it. We just assume how fast can you get here will always be the answer. So Castile will be there same day, and we won't leave until you're 100% satisfied. See? Sometimes it's good to assume. It gets your AC fixed fast. Book today at CastileAir.com.
So your septic system needs repairs. That stinks. First, they want to charge you to pump out the tank and charge you again for the repair. That's just wrong. Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic, and we don't do that. With us, there's never a pump out charge with your repair. You'll save hundreds.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump out charge with your repair. Call for more information.
ScorpionSepticServices.com.
everyone, it's your buddy Shelly Winter here. Join me this Saturday at noon for The Car Guys with Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Buy or lease, fix or sell, everything you want to know about cars, we will cover Saturday, noon to 1, right here on 95.5 WSB.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top story, it is a WSB Money update. Stocks boom. Bloomberg's Tom Busby reports it comes after the U.S. and China ease off on tariffs.
The U.S. and China reaching a deal to pause most of their punishing tariffs on each other's products for the next 90 days. And there are plans for more talks to hammer out a more long-term deal. That temporary pullback had investors going all in on stocks today on hopes that this will lead to a more permanent, beneficial trade agreement. And with that, the Dow today up 1,161 points. That's a nearly 3% jump. The Nasdaq up 4 1/3%, 779 points, and the S&P added 184. That's a more than 3% spike.
79 degrees in Atlanta. Hit or miss rain showers continuing through tomorrow. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. The last living American hostage held by Hamas in Gaza is now free. Edon Alexander released today as part of a ceasefire effort. The man's mother speaks with her son for the first time since he was taken hostage in October of 2023.
They just released a photo of you, and you look unbelievable. Wow. You look beautiful. I love you so much.
The 21-year-old from the small suburb of Tenafly, New Jersey, spent nearly 600 days in captivity. Alexander's release comes ahead of President Trump's visit to the Middle East. CBS's Nicole Killian at the White House reports it comes at a critical time.
The president will be in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates over the next couple of days. And so obviously a lot of the thrust of this trip is mostly economic, but also diplomatic in the sense of being in the region at a critical time, certainly. As the U.S. continues to press for a ceasefire between Israel and Gaza.
The president may also go to Turkey for talks on ending the Russia-Ukraine war. The man charged with murdering a grandmother in her gated Buckhead community is found competent to stand trial. 25-year-old Antonio Brown is accused of stabbing 77-year-old Eleanor Bowles outside her home in the Paces West community in 2022. Bowles' family was in court for today's hearing. The court is not yet saying when the trial will begin. A new federal rule takes effect today, cracking down on hidden junk fees.
The new rule takes the mystery out of the final cost you'll pay for online tickets and live concerts, hotels, and short-term lodging like Airbnbs. But WSB consumer advisor Clark Howard says it won't eliminate these junk fees.
They can have the rip-off fee. You're just going to know, and then you can make a much more informed decision about whether or not you will buy.
The new law requires all pricing up front rather than tacking on extra costs like convenience fees or resort fees when you check out online. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
Insurance Commissioner John King is the latest prominent Republican to announce plans to run for the U.S. Senate in 2026. He joins Representative Buddy Carter on the list of Republicans seeking to unseat Senator Jon Ossoff.
I've never shied away from a fight, but what truly scares me today is having Jon Ossoff for 6 more years.
King, who is a native of Mexico, releases a bilingual announcement highlighting his ties to President Trump and Governor Kemp. A new study from the University of Georgia finds diabetes and high blood pressure are linked to dementia in Black Americans.
The study of more than 250 African Americans finds that if diagnosed with high blood pressure and diabetes in midlife, it increases the risk of dementia later on. Co-author of the study, Rachel Weaver, saying this shows
midlife matters. You know, what happens in our 40s and 50s can shape brain aging into our 60s and 70s.
She is now looking into whether the same is true in other racial and ethnic groups. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Emory University grads hear from R&B superstar Usher today as he delivers the commencement address.
Education should be a fundamental right. Yet, it's being politicized and minimized, and in some places erased.
The Grammy winner tells the class of 2025 to create a path of opportunity. He says diplomas still matter, but it's not the paper, it's the person behind it. It is now 4:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic starts now with Andrew Seco.
Travel advisory making it really tough leaving the mall of Stonecrest. Only that right lane getting by. At times, all lanes blocked. It's really sticky right here. I-20 westbound at Panola Road, exit 71. Brake lights back towards Turner Hill Road. You may want to use Covington Highway as a fast track to get where you're going. If we're looking through the heart of downtown, the brake light's taking you from East Point through the heart of downtown all the way past Midtown. And 285 on the inner loop still looking a little tough leaving Doraville. We're starting to stretch a little bit further now as the lanes shrink as you get past Ponce de Leon Avenue. We are slowing and going all the way down towards Memorial Drive. It's exit number 41. Looks like we have some new trouble leaving the home of the Braves through the heart of Marietta, Kobe Dawkins.
And at 75 northbound on the express lanes just past Delk Road, crash blocking a left lane at times, slowing things down as you make your way into Marietta. And normal travel lanes of I-75, you're on and off the brake starting just before the South 120 loop getting to Chastain Road. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly to mostly cloudy this evening with a few hit or miss rain showers moving through. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with off and on rain showers, high 74. The rain moves out on Wednesday, high 81.
Just spotty rain showers now, turning up on Storm Tracker radar. It's 83 in Clarkston, 80 in Alpharetta, 78 in Stockbridge. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Dave Baker here. If the temperature inside your house doesn't fit with the temperature outside your house, you need to call Coolray Heating and Cooling. In May, you can get your HVAC system tuned up for only $79, or you can get up to $2,250 in rebates with the purchase of a complete Carrier comfort system, plus get free attic insulation. For comfort that lasts all year, visit Coolray.com to schedule your appointment today. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
The attorneys at Steel Horse Law meet directly with you. SteelHorseLaw.com.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
It was pretty funny. But I felt more bad for that, the chef.
You felt worse, not more bad.
I did feel worse.
Isn't it more batter?
More batter is when, like a fish fry, you'd want more batter.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So what happened? This is your Mother's Day outing. You told me, Greg Russ is with us, staying with us. So you had what you refer to as a dead-eyed hibachi chef.
I felt so bad. He did a great job last night. The experience.
He's phoning it in.
The experience was great, but you just looked in his eyes. He's like, "Okay, I'll do the choo-choo.
Here's
the heart. Okay, all right, I'll throw food in your mouth. Okay, here we go."
I think that speaks to his talent even more. The fact that he can do it when he's half-assing it. It's like, wow, because those tricks are not easy.
But I looked. You could just when you look at somebody and you know they're just dead inside, and I just felt so bad for him in that moment.
Well, maybe he just got bad news. Like he just
maybe
might have just got texted something horrible and he's going, "I gotta go out to this next." Hi,
do you
everybody.
Think his dream was making onion volcanoes?
Everybody's dream is to make an onion volcano.
I can't do that.
See, that's the elitist in Greg Russ coming in. You really think anybody really wants to be? I mean, it's much better than a lot of other jobs. Maybe you got a performing. Maybe you love chefing and performing, and it's a great kind of situation. What I want to know is how often do accidents happen where customers get seared or like
at a hibachi restaurant?
Yeah, like oil splashes up into hot grease.
Probably more than you think.
I mean, I know one time, and this is over 30 years ago. Jane and I went to one of these restaurants with somebody. Oh, it's one of those things I hate the most, where you have to sit with people you don't know.
That's why I don't go to these. If you could sit with the people, like one other person, it'd be nice. But they put you.
I don't want to be with people. You
Oh,
gotta talk.
see, the couple next to us. Or, I'm sorry, not couple. The mother and son that were sitting next to us were lovely. Like they were.
Well, maybe they were. Okay, you
sweet.
got then you got the luck of the draw. But
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the luck
Who
of the
started
draw situation.
Who started the conversation? Even if they're nice to talk to, the whole time. Dinner's a long
like an
thing.
hour and a half.
We didn't talk to him the whole time. I mean, they initiated the conversation with us because it was 6 of us and a baby, and then there was just the 2 of them. So they initially
so
said,
they
"Hello,
outnumbered.
what's going on? Like, happy to see your family."
That's why I won't eat
celebrating
on a
Mother's Day."
train. I think
How often are you on a train?
Well, I'm not, but I mean, there were times when I was on trains there was a train life when I was
you were a hobo,
when I
riding the
was
rail.
no, I was a hobo, but there were times when you couldn't afford a plane, you'd take a train, and I'm not going to go have breakfast with
This
sit
is
there
true.
alone across from a couple.
This-
You're right next to each other, right in each other's grill. I don't know
I
people.
took the train from New York to Atlanta once. I had the sleeper car. When you have the sleeper car, you go to the diner car at a set time. Your food was guaranteed. But because I was alone, they put me with some other guy, and he proceeded to tell me the history of this library in Montgomery, Alabama, and I didn't care about any
It
of
was
it.
a lovely library. First library that was integrated.
Why couldn't you just? I think the beauty of a sleeper car would be I don't have to deal with anybody. Like,
Well,
can't
just
you
when you're
eat in there?
eating- These days, I guess they got rid of the diner car, so now they bring you the food.
Oh,
But
there's no diner
previously-
car. Oh.
No, because millennials didn't like the diner car, and they didn't like the offerings. And,
Oh,
you know,
really? So maybe I have something in common with the millennials. I never enjoyed the diner
well,
car.
I think it was different. It wasn't the meeting of people. They just didn't like the food itself because it didn't meet their standards. It's like diners in general are going away because people my age and younger,
Yeah.
we don't like diners.
I know
Yeah,
so
they're
unfortunately-
delicious. Listen, diners are delicious, but there's nothing wrong with
cheap,
people.
too.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with people looking after their own health.
Even salad at a diner is bad for you.
I mean, I love it. I love a good diner.
Yeah,
too.
They're open
But,
late.
yeah.
Smoke cigarettes and drink coffee. That was the point of them. I'm too old for it now. But
Yeah.
in my 20s, that was cool.
So this thing from 30 some odd years ago, the bocce chef, just as he gets going, he's kind of doing his thing. Ooh, wow, look at that. Hey, volcano. Whew, all right. Right in the middle. Oh, he's doing the thing where he's like juggling the salt and pepper and stuff and all that. And in the middle of it, he just kind of stops.
Same act.
Yeah,
Same
same
act for
act.
decades.
30 years later. And so he kind of like drops all that stuff really quick and turns around, puts his hands up to his face and goes, oh, and then goes right back. Goes right back. I guess he thought, wiping my hands would probably be grosser than anything. Just goes right back to pow, 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 pow.
Could you eat the food after that?
I mean,
Maybe it's cooked.
it was
Yeah,
cooked.
but he had sneeze hands.
He had sneeze hands. Thankfully, nothing was lingering. It wasn't like a long thing coming from his hand. Or
Oh, yeah, a little snot rocket coming from his hand.
I would have gotten in trouble because I would have asked him to wash his hands.
Excuse me, sir. Nobody wanted. I think everybody was stunned, but nobody wanted to make more of it than he walked through it so quick. He was right back to. It was like nothing had happened.
Right to the heart, where
Yeah.
they take the little spatula and then make the
Oh
rice.
yeah, right
stump-
back at it.
thump.
Right back at it. Rolling stuff in his hands. No, he didn't do that.
Take some shrimp.
Did he? You don't eat shrimp, right, Eric?
No, I don't. So
I was
I got
thinking of him trying to flip the shrimp in your mouth and not taking no for an answer.
Did you do your homework and find one story from Studio B1 that we couldn't live without?
I did. Scientists have calculated that the end of the universe is sooner than we thought.
Uh-oh.
High mass things such as white dwarfs, they're
Yeah.
evaporating. We can get into the mechanics of it, but I don't know if we have enough time for that. But yeah, it's still trillions of years. But if you want the exact numbers, it was something like they expected the universe's lifespan to be 10 to the 1,100th power, and now it's only 10 to the 78th power.
I've got news for you. I like you, Greg, we are fans of popular science. You're a little smarter than I am in that area, so you can probably go for the hard science a little more than me. But I've been following this stuff for a very long time. And since James Webb, they don't know what the hell it is. I'm sorry. We don't know. We don't know what it is. We're finding out that time moves differently in different areas of space. So that makes us think that the universe is expanding. The universe is not necessarily expanding. And the idea of putting a time that whole concept of 13.5 billion years ago, the Big Bang, we don't know that. I don't think that we know anything. Honestly, the more that we see, the more it becomes obvious that we just don't know. And we try to act like, and we should have had a clue, since like something like, what is it, like 90% of the universe is dark something or another that nobody's ever seen? Dark energy or dark matter. Well, dark matter is smaller, but like 63%.
Dark matter is when they do calculations. They say there should be this much mass in the universe, but here's all the visible mass. So what is this? And they're like, oh, it's dark matter.
And then dark energy is like 63% of every. Like
and that pushes things forward, the expansion.
Yeah. But it's a constant that's put in. Nobody's ever seen it, and now we're seeing things that just tell. I mean, we don't talk about this kind of stuff very much, but you can find this information, and all of the James Webb Telescope is finding galaxies bigger than ours in a period of time where there's supposed to be nothing but maybe like little teeny things, and so we don't really know. We really are like a fish trying to figure out what's going on land, and most fish don't even know there is land until they end up on a hook. Oh, they're filleted.
Whoa, beautiful out here.
Wow. Well, I guess I can't enjoy this.
I can't breathe.
Oh, no, I can't breathe. And now I'm being sliced in half.
Throw them. Yeah, and even then, sometimes you throw them back and they get caught again.
Yeah, but the ones who don't get caught have a story to tell. You wouldn't believe.
But the other fish don't listen.
Yeah, of course they don't. Oh, you're full of it. There's nothing but water in this world.
Don't trust the worms.
There is a TikTok trend going on where women are trying to copy the men that like to hold up their catch kind of trend, where they show their big fish catch.
Yeah.
Where women are taking sourdough bread and they're now holding it like the same way that a man holds a fish.
But isn't that traditional roles? Like they're saying, like we're the homemakers, we're making bread. I don't know if that's a blow through the establishment.
Again, you got to tell TikTok that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, it's more content.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Yeah, we got to do some content. I got to think of some content. Congratulations to Stephen Hogue of Sugar Hill. Won 2 tickets to see Bryan Adams on Thursday, November 6th at Gas South Arena. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Andrew Seco is Better News on the 75 express lanes in Marietta.
Better news indeed. What was blocking a left lane, slowing you back all the way to Winnie Hill Road, is now cleared, and we're moving just fine here. 75 north, the express lane's getting past Delk Road. No more need for an alternate. You can have a much smoother ride on your way up towards the Kennesaw area. Did watch some trouble here on the north side through Sandy Springs. Looks like it's off to the shoulder, but the brake light's still taking you back towards Ashford Dunwoody Road. We're on the outer 285 westbound at Roswell Road, exit number 25. And traffic trooper David looking for some trouble in Tucker. Might have something jamming you up. Says only a right lane getting by. Gonna pour through the jam cams and see what's what over here. We're on Highway 29, Lawrenceville Highway, right when it gets toward Hugh Howell Road. Man, this I-20 ride has not been a fun one at all, Kobe Dawkins.
But having a little better news, 20 westbound just near Panola Road, exit 71. Crash now blocking one right lane, so those two left lanes are getting by, but still seeing tough delays back into Stonecrest. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Are you serious? The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
OMG! Oh my goodness!
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
Our weather is so unpredictable, and your roof takes all the abuse. If it needs repair or replacement, think of Findlay First, the roof guys, the perfect match for any roofing issues. Schedule your free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com.
Roof. If you're seeing cracks in the walls upstairs, downstairs, or outside, maybe even a door not closing, call the Foundation Repair Specialist. Hi, it's Mark Beckham here with Atlanta Ramjack, and we are your leading foundation repair experts. Set up your free estimate right now at AtlantaRamjack.com.
This is Scott Slade. Nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier, the better. Like me. My doctor saw one lab work number that led to a diagnosis early enough, so I still had options. That's where virtual imaging comes in. They've got the best CT imaging in the Southeast with 98% accuracy and low radiation. Virtual imaging's LD CT whole body scan can be invaluable, giving you time and options for early treatment. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. For a limited time, Virtual Imaging is offering their LDCT body scan for only $995 per scan. That's a $2,495 value. Now, appointments must be scheduled in May. There are a limited number of scans available at this price, so a few minimum requirements may apply. Don't put this off. I've done it. Call 404-678-SCAN. That's 404-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Why are more and more homeowners choosing Rhino Shield over traditional paint?
That's easy because paint contains 60 to 70% of water, and your home needs to be painted every few years because it offers little to no protection for your home.
Rhino Shield is not paint. We've been protecting homes across Georgia for over 20 years. Rhino Shield is made up of 79% solids and will protect your home from Mother Nature and can even make your home more energy efficient.
And it's made right here in the United States. Protect your home with Rhino Shield. Go to rhinoshieldga.com.
For many of you, it's happening. Your hair's thinning, your crown's disappearing, and maybe hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. Well, I got good news. It's Advanced Hair's incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's Mark Aaron back with you. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what about regrowing your hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to their world-class physicians, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, and I've seen their results, friends. For your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts, call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? A man age 50 non-tobacco user can obtain $500,000 of coverage for as little as $110 per month. Level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, there are great rates available for you as well. Call Term Busters for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, call Term Busters. 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate for preferred non-tobacco rate class. Exam required to qualify.
I mean, honestly, think about how dumb it is to even say something like the universe started 13.5 billion years ago. All right, even if you take that timeline and within it, then our sun doesn't even come into play until that whole thing's like 9.5 billion years old, right? But when you say that the universe started 13.5 billion years ago, what you're theoretically saying is, well, if there was an Earth and a sun the whole time, the Earth would have gone around the sun 13.5 billion times. But they weren't even, it's not, the way that we apply time is not the way that, if it even exists, time works. Because literally they're finding out now that there are areas of the universe that what we think of as time goes faster. And that it could be an optical illusion to us that we're just looking at parts of the universe that from where we are, we're in one of these pockets where it looks like the universe is expanding, but it's quite possible that it's not.
What has happened to my WSB?
You're right. We should be talking about the first FISA warrant.
I want to hear about the airplane.
We're going to talk about the airplane.
All
you may
right.
not like what I say about it.
Well, I might.
You know the airplane story there, Greg Ross?
What is the airplane? We only have a few minutes. I was going to continue on what you were saying, but now
Go
I
ahead.
know
No,
about
go
the
ahead. No, go ahead. You're only here for a few minutes. If you have
well,
something.
the sun.
Yes.
Our sun is 4.6 billion years old.
Right. So by their timeline, the universe was 9 billion years in before it came along.
Yeah. And then things like, white dwarfs and bodies with a lot of mass, they bend space-time so much. Yeah, if you're near them, time to you will exist as it does to you now, but here back on Earth, thousands
Yeah, but no,
of
this is
years
not
will
one of
go
those
by.
things. What they're finding out is that there are actually pockets of the universe where there's nothing. And in these areas where there's nothing, time actually moves quicker. If you think of it as our time, the way we think of time, it actually moves quicker. And that the thought, some people think now, because of this evidence that we're getting, that we just happen to be located in a pocket where if you look out, it looks as if the universe is expanding. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. What I do know is that James Webb Telescope is showing a lot of stuff that nobody expected to see. Now, what does it ultimately mean? We probably don't know. And if we had a stronger telescope, whatever we decide from this telescope, when we have a stronger telescope, we'll probably find out we were wrong about this too. The universe is so unbelievably, unimaginably vast, and then that's like the visible universe. We know there's parts of the universe that we can't see, or by all of the theories that are out there now, there is, because if the universe is expanding, right, there's some light that the universe is expanding faster than the speed of light, so the light from those areas could never get back to us. So there's only so much of it that we can see. And that's
now the music's playing.
And now the
I
music,
didn't get to hear about the plane.
You didn't, well, you know what? I'll
listen.
You'll have to.
Listen.
You'll have to take that off air. What do they say when they call in?
I'll take my call off the air.
Yeah,
I'll take my answer.
Yeah,
off the
you
air.
have to take your answer off the air. That's
Thank
what it
you,
is.
sir.
On my way to the stadium, I'm going to listen. So
all right, we'll do the. Hey, I don't.
Plane.
The pressure's on now. We can't let Greg down. He's listening.
Yeah, enjoy Paul Skeens and see if Livy Dunn's going to be there too.
Oh wow, is that somebody I should know?
Yeah, Livy Dunn dates Paul Skeens. She's the LSU superstar, so she's.
Oh well, look at that. Is it a CNBC night at the Mets game?
Apparently it is. I didn't know going in, but this new information, Livy Dunn.
Yeah, we got to look for Livy Dunn.
They're going to be like, that's Greg Russ. That's what they'll be saying. Have fun. Andrew Seco is looking for better news on I-20 and DeKalb.
We've been looking for a little bit. Most of the afternoon looks like we finally found it, moving a lot better with this crash. It is still in a right lane, I-20 west at Panola Road, exit 71, but we're moving a whole lot better than we have been most of the afternoon. No more need for an alternate as you make your way closer towards I-285. And it looks like we may have some more trouble with this crash, Highway 78, or Highway 29, Lawrenceville Highway up to Hugh Howell Road. Traffic Trooper David telling us that Idlewood Road is partially shut down due to a nearby fire. We're going to pour through the jam cam, see what's going on. In the meantime, you may want to use Mountain Industrial or Brockett Road. Kobe Dawkins, how are we looking around town?
Well, on the downtown connector, 7585 northbound, seeing tough delays starting before University Ave, getting past Spring Street. 85 southbound, seeing some delays starting at the Georgia 400 merge, getting to I-20. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Rates are up, rates are down. Every day it's something different. If you're curious about what's going on and when the best time will be to buy or refinance your home, call the experts I trust at Myland. This is Scott Slade. There's a reason the guys and gals at Myland are able to close loans that other local banks just can't. The folks at Myland are local and somebody you can trust to make sure you get the best loan for your needs at the best rate. You don't have to take my word for it. Here are lines from some recent testimonials. Myland kept me up to date and informed with every step of the way. They make you feel like you're one of the most important clients they have. Myland specializes in home financing and they've seen it all. So whether you want to access the equity in your home to pay for other debts, buy a new home, or anything else, Myland is the place to call. 770-817-2000. That's 770-817-2000. Or online, it's myland.com. Spelled it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS and Georgia Mortgage License C148769. Myland located at 8995 Westside Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. Myland is an equal housing lender.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
When it rains, it pours right into your crawl space, and that creates that musty smell and dangerous mold growth under your house. Meteorologist Christina Edwards here for American Crawl Space Solutions. Make the smell and the water go away and stop the water from coming back. Call American Crawl Space Solutions. They're experts at keeping your crawl space dry and preventing the mold from growing in your home. Give them a call today.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 6-packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Canada Dry. Select varieties or buy 2 get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
For many women in our community, support for our physical and mental health feels out of reach.
When your workday is long.
And your budget is tight.
And your village is busy.
And the road between home and help is a 6-lane highway with no crosswalk.
Northside Hospital believes women deserve better.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work.
We got your house call.
Heard.
Learn more at northside.com/heard.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top local story, loved ones of a beloved Buckhead grandmother murdered in December of 2022. Find out today the case of the accused killer is moving forward.
Friends and family of Eleanor Bowles learn in a Fulton County courtroom her accused murderer is competent to stand trial, and that trial could begin in June or July. Antonio Brown allegedly stabbed the 77-year-old outside her home on Paces West Terrace. The state is asking to let jurors hear a jail phone call in which they say Brown agreed with his dad that, yes, he had killed the woman in Buckhead. The judge also says the state can use video involving Brown at a Publix the day before Bowles died and wearing the same clothes the Saturday of the stabbing and that Monday when he was arrested. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
80 degrees in Atlanta. More pop-up storms tomorrow. What day could get close to 90 degrees this week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. The mother of a young man killed during a high-speed chase in Little Five Points last month watches dash cam video of the crash in court today.
The extent of it is mind-boggling, seeing the full video of this chase.
Kate Shanky says the suspect has no regard for anyone. A DeKalb County judge denies bond for 23-year-old Faduma Muhammad. She was fleeing from state troopers when her vehicle slammed into a car driven by 19-year-old Cooper Shanky, who was killed. A Stone Mountain man is convicted of murdering his pregnant girlfriend 2 years ago. 24-year-old Diamante Heathcoats shot 20-year-old Shania Rodriguez in Clarkston in 2023. She was pregnant with his child. The baby also died. Heathcoats is sentenced to 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole, plus 5 years. Education bills signed today focus on finding top talent for Georgia employers and helping those who need an extra boost.
Foster care kids age out of the system at 18, with many not having the funds or guidance to pursue education past high school. One of the new laws makes it easier for former foster care Georgians to pursue a college degree. That's according to House Speaker John Burns.
This law removes the financial barriers that too often force foster youth to abandon their college dreams.
The scholarship for former foster kids covers tuition, housing, meals, and textbooks up to $30,000 per year. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
Long lines reported at security checkpoints at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport again today due to weather and fallout from runway equipment issues.
I got through in just over 30 minutes, so a little more than usual, but still moving somewhat efficiently given how many people they're dealing with here.
This traveler headed to Raleigh, North Carolina. He says he usually arrives an hour before his flight, and he recommends adding at least 30 minutes if you are flying today. Driverless vehicles could be running on the Beltline by the time the World Cup comes to Atlanta next year.
With a service start in January, that gives us lots of runway to fine-tune the operation, make sure that it is ready for the hundreds of thousands of people coming to Atlanta for the World Cup.
Beltline Principal Engineer Sean Green says the $3 million pilot program would connect the West Side Trail to the West End MARTA Station and Atlanta University Center. The Atlanta Transit Leak Authority is expected to decide on the funding next month. Now a WSB Money update. Big rally on Wall Street today. Stocks rally after the U.S. and China announce a 90-day truce in their trade war. Market strategist Michael Farr says investors like hearing that news.
Yeah, I think 100% of this relief rally is enthusiasm over the relief in trade and tariff.
The Dow surges more than 1,100 points. NASDAQ gains more than 4%. S&P up over 3% on the day. It is now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's triple team traffic, starting with Andrew Seco.
We are looking a little bit better through the mall of Stonecrest. Looks like we're still blocking a right lane, I-20 west of Panola Road, exit 71. Brake lights taking you back a couple of miles. We are in constant motion, though. If you are in a hurry, you still might want to use that alternate Highway 278 Covington Highway to get you in and out of the mall of Stonecrest area. We do have some trouble in the left lane passing the Big Rock Highway 78 eastbound at Hugh Howell Road, exit number 7. Left lane knocked out here, making it a little tough passing Stone Mountain. And traffic trooper Steven let us know might be some trouble up in Sandy Springs. Spoke of maybe at least one right lane blocked here, 225 west, the outer loop at Roswell Road. That's exit number 25. That was the outer loop. How's the inner loop looking through DeKalb, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, seeing you a little slow, 285 southbound, that is the inner loop. Slow rides leaving Doraville, moving through Spaghetti Junction, I-85, getting into Clarkston to Memorial Drive. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly to mostly cloudy this evening with a few hit or miss rain showers moving through. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with pop-up showers and thunderstorms, high 74. A few rain showers for Wednesday morning, low near 60. Then the rain moving out Wednesday afternoon, warming up to a high of 81. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 85, and close to 90 degrees by Friday.
79 in Conyers, 75 in Sandy Springs, 81 in Union City. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Hour 3 corresponds with the 5 o'clock hour. That means it's time for this hour's keyword for the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. And that keyword for this hour is magic. MAGIC. Good old-fashioned magic. The word is magic. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, that keyword is magic. MAGIC. What sort of snarky comment do you have to make, Jared?
Well, it's easy.
Yamamoto?
As a Hawks fan, we hate the Orlando Magic.
There you go. There it is, right? Is that your sentence? Are you using the keyword, the 5 o'clock hour keyword in a sentence?
That is my sentence.
As a Luciferian, I practice sex magic.
Oh. Okay, that would qualify as a sentence as well. And now we're
Can't say we don't give to the audience.
No, we don't. And just by the way, as Tim Andrews referred to this before the show, are we
still playing the word game?
The word contest.
Oh, the word contest.
We're still doing the word contest? Yes, we are still doing.
I couldn't remember the name of it.
The word. That would be called the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
In one ear, out the other.
Well, you see, that's because you are probably maybe one gummy deep. That's all.
Maybe
Possible.
4. You had a magic gummy.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to. I don't think we have a Trump thumbs up, thumbs down.
Not yet, because we haven't done it enough yet. We don't. We don't know if it's going to be like.
Anyway, you say the word Trump. Okay, you say and then
as
say
Trump.
Just say, and then you'll have to do it twice, and each one I will say. Okay, so go.
Trump.
Thumbs up.
Trump.
Thumbs down. Trump says and does so many things, and politics to me isn't about party anymore. So we'll just go through a series of Trump things over the last couple of days. Last week was just so jam-packed, I couldn't even. It was just so dense, I couldn't get through
the
it.
whole show. We could have done a whole Thursday Trump thumbs up, thumbs down.
So
kind of
this
show.
way, some things I'm thumbs up, some things I'm thumbs down, and some things it's kind of thumbs sideways. Every once in a while, thumbs sideways. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Seems
fun.
Like, thumbs sideways.
Yeah.
Well, let's been together long enough to
Sure.
make things up.
You got to spice things up a little.
That's
Don't even
right.
have to move.
Yeah. Yeah, this convenience is involved. It's a very
Exactly.
important part. As
Low impact.
As we get older. All right. Okay, number one for Trump, thumbs up, thumbs up. Throw them at me,
All right.
Jared Yamamoto.
Yahoo News, Trump administration poised to accept, quote, palace in the sky as a gift from Trump, as a gift to Trump from Qatar.
Well, tell people what the palace in the sky is.
It is a brand new plane.
For Air Force One.
That's right, a replacement for Air Force One, but it will only be when Trump is in office. Once he's done.
Yeah, it's. By the way, it's a thumbs down. It's a complete and total thumbs down. It couldn't be a further thumbs. Well, I'll get into why. First of all, Boeing is supposed to have had this aircraft ready by now. It's gone, of course, $2 billion over. I'll tell you what. When Boeing tells you something costs something, just add $4 billion. I think I'm going to go to my bosses. Hey, I told you it was going to be such and such for the year, but we've gone over. It's double. It's double what I said it was going to be at the beginning of the year. Of course, nobody else would get away with this. But I imagine that maybe the pandemic probably had something to do with that. You know, did they stop making planes for a while?
They ordered it in 2017 or 2018.
Yeah, and again, the whole idea is $2 billion more. Is that inflation? I don't know.
Tariffs.
But so first, let's not forget that right now, this wouldn't even be happening if Boeing could build things that fly. That's what they used to do. They used to build things that would fly, and you would be reasonably assured that the next time after landing, it would fly again.
I thought Boeing was an activist company.
I guess they are at this point. You know what they're not? They're not about creating spacecraft that can actually bring people back. That it takes to the International Space Station.
Hey, they look cool, though.
All
they
right,
look
fine,
cool.
Fine. But Boeing, if it weren't for Boeing deciding, everything's got to be, when's the last project in government history that actually came in a few cents short? There's a reason for that. So Boeing cannot have the new Air Force One ready during Trump's administration, I guess. It's not going to be ready until like the last year or something like that.
2029.
Till after he's out of office.
I read that today, yeah.
All right. So it was supposed to be done by now. It's $2 billion over, whatever. So that's a problem because I think the one they're on now is kind of falling apart or whatever. It's not really falling apart, but it's going to.
It's going to have a gold toilet.
Okay. Well, so now you have the country of.
Qatar.
No.
Qatar.
It is pronounced Qatar. Just like what people who try to be smart say cans is actually cans. Qatar. The country of Qatar, they want to give a gift to the President of the United States of this palace in the sky.
It's a luxury Boeing 747-800 jumbo
Would be
jet.
quite an upgrade from what Air Force
Beautiful
One is
plane.
now.
Beautiful plane.
We still have to refit it and redo it and hope that they don't place some sort of tracking device on it so they know where the President of the United States is at all times. I guess we'd find that if we were stripping it down. But here's the point. Now, the way this is this is only going to be for President Trump. And then once it's retired, and he's retired, it's going to immediately go to the Presidential Library, which he hasn't opened yet, but all presidents, when they're done now, they open the Presidential Library. Here's the problem. Air Force One does not belong to the president. The White House is not the president's house. Congress does not belong to Congress people. And I know that we know that all of this is just a stupid illusion, and we don't actually – we're all really like Green Bay fans. I got news for you. You don't own the team. That's a game. All right? You have season tickets, and they give you another certificate that says you're part owner of the team. But
yeah, I got my seat license,
yeah,
though.
Yeah,
it says right here, it's my seat license.
That's right. So I recognize that this is an illusion, but like the Green Bay Packers, it's good to keep up the illusion that Air Force One actually belongs to the people, the taxpayers, that the White House belongs to the people, the taxpayers. I mean, the House of Representatives is called the People's House, not because of this reason, but because it's the kind of lowest level, closest to the people. Congress belongs to the taxpayers. So, yes, I know that Reagan's Air Force One is at the Reagan Library, but my guess is that's like a traveling museum piece. It's a permanent residency. It's being shown at the Reagan Library, but my guess is they don't own it. It's just like a artwork that you would lend out to a museum or something. So, and I know that they're kind of pushing back on this and saying, well, it's going to belong to the Department of Defense. But The idea that you're going to get one plane, it's only going to be for you. It's going to be a gift from a country who probably wants something from you, as most countries do. You think Qatar's going to look good in Trump's eyes the next time we're involved in some sort of negotiation where Qatar comes up? Oh, here's a gift.
Thank you. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And then also on top of it, I guarantee you he'll have it painted some kind of garish colors that will be like an opening act in Branson, Missouri. You know, it's going to be
black and gold.
Well, I think he'll do red, white, and blue, but it'll be over the top.
It'll look like Kid Rock's outfits.
Something along those lines. Or like that fiddler. Remember that patriotic Korean fiddler in Branson? His
awesome.
outfits? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think it's going to be kind of like that.
Well, it's not the only thing I'm getting.
What else are you getting?
Well, the taxpayers are also receiving a big, beautiful gold grill from Kim Jong-un of North Korea.
You're getting a gold grill.
I'm going to double it up like the rappers do. It's so
Oh, nice.
Very beautiful. One more thing, Vladimir Putin. I mean, not very popular with a lot of people, but he's okay. He has graciously ordered me a 1-year subscription to HelloFresh.
Oh, nice. Yes.
And I told him I don't want any of the weird foreign stuff. All American food, fried foods, good stuff.
Burgers,
chicken.
So you get
Hot
1-year
dogs.
subscription to HelloFresh.
Hot dogs.
See, it sounds like you're getting like favors at some point. You know?
All the boxes will be at my presidential library to look January all the way and all the menus.
You can see it from start to finish. You can see literally how the box looked when he first opened it, and then all the way to the very end.
All the way to the end. Everything I ate.
It does belong to the people.
The people can look at it.
The boxes will go to the library.
They all will end. Everything will end up in the
And the
presidential.
grill will go there as well.
You know, you were
They give you a
questioned.
putt.
You were questioned about this earlier today, Mr.
I didn't
Trump,
care.
and you were not happy about some of the questioning that was asked.
Mr. President, what do you say to people who view that luxury jet as a personal gift to you? Why not leave it behind?
You're ABC fake news, right?
Why
It's
not?
only ABC. Well, a few of you would.
Eric Von
Let me tell
Hassler.
You should be embarrassed asking that question.
Oh, get outta
They're giving
here.
us a free jet. I could say, no,
Oh,
don't
that's
give us- I
nothing.
want to pay you $1 billion or 400 million or whatever it is. Or I could say, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. And by the way, the next time Qatar's involved in any negotiation, of course, this will not. The fact that you gave me a free jet, this will not enter into that at all
No,
whatsoever.
I made him write a letter. Look, if we have to negotiate, they do something I don't like. The plane is not a part of that.
Then you went on to make an analogy about what the plane's delivery to the United States is like.
Let me tell you, you should be embarrassed asking that question. They're giving us a free jet. I could say, no, don't give us, I want to pay you $1 billion or 400 million or whatever it is. Or I could say, thank you very much. You know, there was an old golfer named Sam Snead. Did you ever hear him? He won 82 tournaments. He was a great golfer. And he had a motto, when they give you a putt, you say, thank you very much. You pick up your ball and you walk to the next hole. A lot of people are stupid. They say, no, I insist on putting it. And then they putt it.
Oh, you mean being honest?
And their partner gets angry at them.
Yeah.
You know what? Remember that, Sam Snead.
Hey, Sam
when they
Snead
give you a
said,
putt,
if
you
you can
pick it up and
cheat.
you walk to the next hole and you say,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
That's right. That's right. And then you act like you made it. Brag about it later. Oh, yeah, I made all those
We're in a
putts.
hurry. Keep it going. Your partner will get mad.
Absolutely hilarious. So it was thumbs down on the first one. I'm sure there are some with the thumbs up coming up in Trump thumbs up, thumbs down.
Is that a tease, Eric?
I think that there are some things that I'm agreeing with, but that one is just, and this whole thing of you should be ashamed for asking that question. No, you should answer every single question, and Biden should answer every single question, and Obama, and everybody. I cannot stand this thing where, oh, you shouldn't be asking me that. Well, then don't get a job where people are asking you questions all the time. It's just ridiculous. Andrew Seco is watching New Trouble by the airport.
And I believe our good friend Alex Williams calls this the Von Hessler effect. We tell you what's going on, you tell it back, and it is immediately cleared. We have better news by the airport. All lanes back open. 225 West, the inner loop of Riverdale Road. That's exit number 60. Things moving a lot better as you're passing by Hartsfield Jackson. We are slowing and going through Sandy Springs. Traffic Trooper Steven letting us know of a crash in the right lane. 225 West, the outer loop of Roswell Road. That's exit 25. Delays taking you back towards Chamblee Dunwoody Road. That is exit number 30. And look out for trouble passing the Big Rock as you're on your way to Stone Mountain. Going to be dodging a stall in the left lane, 78 eastbound as you get towards Hugh Howell Road at exit number 7. Looks like we have some new trouble on I-20, Kobe Dawkins.
Well, officials are temporarily holding all lanes in DeKalb 20 westbound to Evans Mill Road, exit 74, to move a crash off to the right. So those lanes should start to open up any moment. But then as you continue just past Panola Road, exit 71, crash continues to block one right lane. You're slow back to Lithonia Industrial Boulevard. And this report is sponsored by Georgia United Credit Union. Ready for a financial partner that puts you first? Discover the difference at Georgia United Credit Union. Visit gucu.org/join, insured by NCUA. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When you need to know.
This story is developing in Atlanta.
When you want to know.
Severe weather is on its way.
When you have to know.
We'll alert you as soon as this closure clears.
Get notifications
from your source for news.
Get the WSB radio app.
Download it from your app store today.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading, seeing, and living through these days, from rate cuts, election season, and now a new administration, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place. You know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in, we'll work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on portfolio x-ray, or click on full retirement plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
A DUI conviction could get you fired, get your license suspended, and increase your insurance rates. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. I recommend you talk to my friend George Stein, the DUI lawyer. Go to georgestein.com.
Properties come in all shapes and sizes, and so do foundation repairs. Mark Beckham here. It could be new construction, a big house, a small house, or your commercial property. Anyway, you need the leaders in foundation repair to handle it. Get your free estimate at atlantaramjack.com.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself to ask the president of a foreign country just gifting him a...
Well, you're fake news. You're fake news too, Eric. I don't like to say it because I generally like you, but you're fake news.
I guess no one should ask any questions when a government that we really don't hear about all that often in our news, Qatar, we hear a little bit, but they just up Sir, we'd like to gift you. A plane.
Well, you can't say no.
Yeah,
to a
well,
gift.
yeah. But I mean, I think you're right.
No strings attached.
No one in the press should ask any questions. Like if there are Americans who have questions, they should not bubble up to the level of a reporter asking the President of the United States those questions because, in Trump's mind, nobody in America is thinking this. No, this is just reporters.
Hey, when an umpire,
right? I mean, it's like it's a country that wants to be, they're going to be negotiating with the United States on this, that, and the other thing. They're very much involved in the Middle East stuff that's going on.
Well, this will help.
And they just want to. Well, to help them because you're gonna like them because
Well, no,
they gave you a.
They're gonna know that they gave me a beautiful gift with no reciprocation, and that I'm willing.
None whatsoever.
None.
None whatsoever. Oh, I just love it. Anyway, what's next in Trump? Thumbs up. Give me something I can give thumbs up to, so people will be like, "Oh, happened WSB just going after my president."
You know how Trump made the golf analogy about things, right? Sometimes when an umpire misses a clear strike 3 call, you got to take it, right, Trump? You got to take it.
You got to take it. I mean, you take the base, you walk.
Yeah, exactly. You walk.
Yeah, nothing. Not the same thing.
Take the base.
Not at all the same thing. His analogy for getting away with something, he doesn't even realize his analogy is when they give you a hole, right? So they give you a putt. Basically, what he can say is, sometimes you get away with something. And you ought to be, if you're going to get away with something, what are you going to do? Stop and say, I don't want to get away with this?
Hey, sometimes in the NFL, the ref misses a clear pass interference or something like
No,
that.
but that's not it. What he's saying, when nobody misses anything when they give you a putt. They're just like, you know what, it's taking you too long.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, for slowing it down, and I feel that we were slowing negotiations in the Middle East, and they helped move it along.
Yeah, I think
Mulligan.
I think people are getting played. I think you might be getting played here. I think the world leaders have caught on. He's a narcissist. You want a good deal? Spend the first 25 minutes telling him how wonderful he is. It wasn't difficult to get to this point.
You win.
All right, we will get to more of these. I'm sure I'll have a thumbs up. That's it. What are you? You're holding up 9 different things for me to do as we go into
You know what it is?
commercial.
Because I ripped up that other sheet of paper already, but we should tell people the WSB 5K
don't yell
Day
at me.
bonus.
The word contest.
Yeah, the word contest.
This
Tim knows.
hour's keyword is magic. MAGIC for the WSB 5K a day bonus splits. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, that keyword is MAGIC. Magic. Andrew Seco is watching Trouble on I-20.
Taking a look at a very busy east side of I-20 leaving the mall of Stonecrest. We are still watching for that crash that was in a right lane. Westbound at Panola Road, exit 71. Brake lights still looking really intense here. Going to keep pouring through the jam cam, seeing what pops up. And we did just watch that trouble clear to the shoulder. All lanes are back open. Westbound at Evans Mill Road, exit 74. The brake lights may take a couple minutes to thin out, so plan for some extra commute time and toward a little bit better shape. And on the connector north and south, seeing delays. Northbound taking you from East Point through the heart of Midtown. Southbound, the trouble starting just south of 400 on 85 proper. Slowing and going all the way through the downtown connector on all the way down towards I-20. Looks like we have some better news by Stone Mountain, Kobe Dawkins.
That's correct. Highway 78 westbound at Huell Howell Road, exit 7. Earlier stall has cleared off to the right, and those delays are starting to improve. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Are you taking your garage door for granted? Is it squeaking and whining for attention? Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is here with same-day repair service. Experienced technicians have been servicing homeowners in Atlanta since 1935. That's 90 years. Overhead Door Company of Atlanta can handle all your garage door and opener needs. For same-day repair service, schedule online at overheaddooratlanta.com or call 404-USA-DOOR.
Hi, I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell, and for over a decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks. They've built their reputation on quality craftsmanship and honest pricing, and I've seen firsthand how they put customers first. That's why I proudly certify them for windows, doors, siding, and decks. And with ABC's 3-way warranty, which includes my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, you can invest with confidence.
Spring is the perfect time to update your home, and America's Best Choice makes it easy with these spring specials. Highest quality, energy-efficient windows starting at just $299. Take 10% off a new deck and create the outdoor oasis of your dreams. Enhance your home's curb appeal with limited time spring pricing on siding and doors. No pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com today to schedule your free consultation. America's best choice, quality you can trust, prices you can afford.
Hey, it's Belinda. When I built my home 21 years ago, I called Arrow Exterminators. And guess what? Still no bugs. Spring pests are here. Termites, mosquitoes, ants. But Arrow's got you covered with the most effective and environmentally friendly solutions available. And they offer a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com for your free pest inspection. And tell them Belinda sent ya.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
Looking for ways to save on your energy bill? This is Scott Slate. Well, the first step is knowing how much energy you're using. With Georgia Power's My Power Usage tool, you can check your daily energy consumption and see how even slight adjustments can help lower your energy bill. Turning off your lights when not in use, caulking and weather stripping windows and doors, washing full loads of clothes in cold water can all make a difference. Check out the resources that can help manage your energy usage at georgiapower.com/myenergy.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Our top story, it is the WSB Money Update, the big rally on Wall Street today.
Investors are cheered by the fact that it looks like some of these trade tensions are perhaps fading.
Bloomberg's Tom Busby reports on the stock market surge.
Stocks soared after the U.S. and China agreed to a temporary lowering of tariffs on each other's products for the next 90 days while negotiators work on a more long-term deal. With that, the Dow today up 1,161. That's a nearly 3% leap. The Nasdaq up 4 1/3%, 779 points, and the S&P was up 184.
79 degrees in Atlanta. Pop-up showers are starting to form around the metro area. We're seeing some heavy rain right now in Paulding County. When does the rain finally begin to move out of metro Atlanta? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A happy reunion between a mother and her son today. Edon Alexander, the last living American-Israeli hostage in Gaza, released today. His mother thrilled to finally speak to him, saying, "You are strong, you are protected, you are home." The man charged with murdering a grandmother in her gated Buckhead community is found competent to stand trial. 25-year-old Antonio Brown is accused of stabbing 77-year-old Eleanor Bowles outside her home in the Paces West community in 2022. Bowles' family in court today for the hearing. The court is not yet saying when the trial will begin, but it's expected to be sometime this summer. A 23-year-old man is dead after crashing his Tesla in Forsyth County. Ashton Dickerson of Cumming lost control of the vehicle early Sunday morning.
He was driving a Tesla down Herdsville Road and did not negotiate the curve. The Tesla went off the road, unfortunately hit a tree, and then stopped in a cow pasture.
Stacy Miller with Forsyth County Sheriff's Office says a passenger in the car survived and was taken to the hospital with superficial injuries. Speed was likely a factor in the crash. Insurance Commissioner John King is the latest to jump into Georgia's 2026 Senate race.
John King is a native of Mexico and produced a bilingual campaign video touting his MAGA credentials and noting that he is a retired Major General in the Army National Guard. He joins Representative Buddy Carter in the GOP primary as top Republicans like Governor Brian Kemp and Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene have already announced plans to opt out. Despite trailing John Ossoff by 13 points in a recent poll, King hopes to close the gap against the well-funded incumbent. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
A new federal rule takes effect today requiring all junk fees to be shown up front. WSB consumer expert Clark Howard says it won't eliminate junk fees on things like hotel rooms, airlines, tickets, or concerts.
But what it will do is when you see the price, it's going to be the price.
It also calls for them to avoid using vague phrases like convenience fees, service fees, or processing fees. News about your health now. A new study from UGA shows the impact diabetes and high blood pressure have on your brain.
Researchers in Athens looked at hundreds of African Americans and found those who were diagnosed with both high blood pressure and diabetes in midlife increased their risk of dementia. Co-author of the study, Rachel Weaver.
It just emphasizes that when these two conditions show up together in midlife, they might start a chain reaction leading to brain aging even over a decade later.
She says, according to this study, having just one of the conditions, though, did not seem to increase the risk. Weaver says the findings show the importance of our health in middle age. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
R&B superstar Usher receives an honorary doctorate prior to delivering the commencement address to the graduates at Emory University today. He tells the class of 2025 to create a path of opportunity.
Losers, let it happen. Winners, make it happen. Losers, see icy streets. Winners, put on ice skates. Losers, take chances. Winners, make choices.
The Grammy winner says education should be a right, but he says it is being politicized, minimized, and even erased. It is now 5:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and Triple Team Traffic begins now with Andrew Seco.
Time to go home in and around the Metro Atlanta area. The biggest threat to that remains your ride out of Doraville. 285 East, the inner loop looking especially sluggish. Brake lights jamming up from Buford Highway, slowing you down all the way to Memorial Drive, exit 41. Allow for some extra time if you're heading towards the southeast side of the perimeter. Leaving Sandy Springs, trouble looks to be clear, but we still see an on and off brake lights. 285 West taking you from Smyrna Vinings all the way down towards I-20 on the west side. And speaking of I-20 east side, looking a little better, but we're not out of the woods yet. Heavy brake lights from continued trouble. I-20 westbound are stretched from Wesley Chapel Road all the way back towards Evans Mill Road, exit 74. You may want to use Covington Highway as a fast track if you're in a hurry. Let's get you home through Midtown, downtown. How we looking, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, it's slow. 75-85 northbound, heavy volume starting at Langford Parkway, getting past Spring Street. 85 southbound, tough delay starting at the Georgia 400 merge, getting to I-20. From the Cool Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly to mostly cloudy this evening with a few hit-or-miss rain showers moving through. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with pop-up showers and thunderstorms, high 74. A few rain showers for Wednesday morning, low near 60. Then the rain moving out Wednesday afternoon, warming up to a high of 81. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 85, and close to 90 degrees by Friday.
Storm Tracker radar right now shows the heaviest rain in Paulding County. It is moving north into Bartow County at this hour. 80 degrees in Tucker, 77 Peachtree City, and 77 in Canton. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home for maximum value, and that's without the stress of listing your home on the market. Hey, Sean Hannity here. You know, trying to sell your home can be overwhelming. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can skip the entire hassle, get an all-cash offer, and close within days. That means no showings, no open houses, and the best part, no stress. Just go to markspain.com and find out what your guaranteed offer will be, and then you can start packing.
Listen up, because women have long waited for the world to recognize the importance of our health.
Northside Hospital goes beyond "we hear you" to "we're out here with you," because women deserve more than open ears.
They deserve open doors, and 1 ounce of action is worth 1,000 words.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work for you.
This is a house call. Heard. Learn more at northside.com/heard.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. You can too. GeorgeStein.com.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call 404-390-4000. That's 404-390-4000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
All right, let's see if we can find any positive.
You want to apologize for Qatar? Cutter?
I'm not going to apologize for Qatar because I'm getting all this stuff where people say, no,
they've done great things.
It's Qatar. You know what? It's Monday. If everybody's going to beat me up and say it's not Qatar, it's Qatar, I'm just going to throw in the towel. I believe that it's Qatar. But if everybody says it's Qatar, then fine. I'm going to let you have the day because it's Monday, which, by the way, everybody is reminding me of today. Everybody I've said hello to, hey, how you doing? It's Monday. What does that mean?
I know, it's such a nice day.
It's a beautiful day. It's Monday. It's after, and then it'll be, well, it's Friday. Don't you think you're setting yourself up for a fall? Because you know Monday is going to follow. I mean, Friday's just a matter of time.
Are people ambivalent about Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday?
Well, you know what? I'm glad they are. I don't want people to have an opinion about every day of the week when I ask them how they're doing. Tuesday? What does that mean? Not Monday, but sure ain't Friday.
One day closer to Friday.
I mean, I don't understand that when people say that to me. I just don't. It's like, what? Is it really, are you healthy? That's what I think. Because when you're not healthy and you're living those years where you're kind of alive, the days are all going to be miserable. Just take the good ones.
Well, I'm alive.
I'm talking about the very, very, very. I'm talking, when
end of the conveyor belt.
When the family's like, is it time for hospital? That time.
Okay.
If you're healthy and it's a reasonably nice day, which it is today in Atlanta, Georgia, that's Monday. People are so pissed off that the week has started. I don't really get it. Then on Friday, they can't wait to get out.
Well, you taught me.
Do you enjoy your job at all? Is it just a complete and total?
You try being a clown.
Well, listen, I understand that. Having to deal with these kids' birthday parties, more dealing with the parents. Yes?
Early in my broadcasting career, you taught me that, hey, sometimes the best day may be a Wednesday. Sometimes the best day may be a Monday.
The best day of your life, when you're laying there at the end thinking, what was the best day of my life? It could be a Tuesday. Not necessarily going to be a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday. You can't choose these things. You might die on a Friday. I mean, hey, it's Friday, and then you get hit by a bus. Come on. Was that really your favorite day of the week? Better than going to work. I'm
in the hospital.
I don't have to worry about Monday, I'll tell you that, because I'm in traction.
You might die in Qatar.
Or Qatar. If you're really smart and you die there, you know that you died in Qatar.
Do they have any Van Gogh paintings there? In Qatar?
Oh, because with the ear. I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
No, because...
That's highbrow.
No. I meant the pronunciation that we always talk about. People say Van Gogh.
I thought you meant cutting his ear off.
Yes.
You see what happened there?
I do.
Ooh, wow.
I misunderstood you. Van Gogh.
Van Gogh in Qatar.
Well, his name really is Van Gogh.
I know.
All right. Well, then, I was at least right on one of them. I believe I'm right on both of them. But you know what? I'm not going to fight. You know what? As an American, I'm going to be the first. You know what I'm going to do? This is going to be crazy to people. I'm just going to toss in the towel on this one. I'm not going to fight. I'm going to say, hey, if you want me to say Qatar with a rolling R, I don't know what that means. Qatar. I don't know how to do that. I can't do that with my tongue. I'm sorry. It's no anything against the culture or anything. I can't do that with my tongue.
Practice. It's not easy to do. That's why I did poorly in Spanish, because I couldn't roll the You can say correr. No.
Yeah, I can't.
I made it with my throat.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
No,
You're supposed to
Yeah,
roll
it's a
your
growl.
Yeah, it's a growling R. It's not a roll. And nobody wants a growling R. No, nobody wants to deal with that. All right, is there something else that maybe I'll give a thumbs up to so that people aren't like, this guy just going after my hero?
Well, let's try
Who the hell gave this guy a show?
The markets certainly liked this next one here. Maybe you'll be in line with the markets.
I usually am.
From NBC News, U.S. and China agree to slash tariffs for 90 days as trade talks continue.
I'm going to give this a thumbs up just because it's good for now. I don't know. I can't say I really understand the tariff thing. I'm holding out hope. I mean, I do kind of understand that we couldn't keep going with the economy the way that it was. I get that. And, so now people are coming back. Well, we had some kind of deal with UK. I haven't really looked into it. Sometimes I always remember with Trump that when things were getting to the point where the Iraq war was going, American people didn't like it anymore. It was still going on. And there was an interview with Trump. And he said what Bush should do is just declare victory in Iraq and leave and not care. Just leave, just say we won and get out of there. So I've always had that in my mind that is, well, here's a deal. Hey, there we go. And it might be that if you threaten the world a little bit and they go, ooh, I don't know, he could do something, maybe we do get something back. But that we don't know that yet. We're not there yet. And if we could, I'm sorry, every time, do you know why that keeps happening? Because every time my computer dies, if I hit it really fast, I won't have to log in again. And for some reason, every time I hit it again, it goes to clap.
It's a clap. A clap. What a nice default sound.
It is. That's how I know that
Windows is
my
working.
computer has awakened again. It's ready to go. That's how lazy I am. Like, I got to get it now or else I'll have to log in. Who wants to log in?
Might as well just go home.
It's a long, laborious process. You got to put your username in. Then you got to put your whole password in.
The whole password has to be like a certain style now. It's not the classic way they used to do passwords.
And I've given the password away.
It's a clap.
I have to change that.
Lowercase c.
Nobody talks about that. That was when, what's his name? The guy.
James Carville said he had the clap because of his hands.
All of these debunked stories and conspiracy theories. James Carville said that he saw red, which turned out to be Sharpie marker or something like that, on the president's hand. And he said,
it's a clap.
It's the clap. And then when it turned out not to be the clap, it's funny. Nobody at CNN or MSNBC, I don't know, Fox News, I don't watch any of them, but nobody at CNN, I watch CNN's on here every day. I didn't see them go, hey, we got to debunk this claim, this crazy conspiracy theory claim from this famous Democrat. Turns out it wasn't the clap. As far as we know.
I don't have the clap. Trust me.
Okay. Is this still Sharpie?
Just Sharpie. I've
Wait.
only had sex with 3 women in my entire life. All 3 of them I was married to.
Isn't that nice, though? That's good. That's good old-fashioned.
Well, I'm faithful and loyal.
That's right. That's
loyal.
Loyalty
All right,
means-
Robin Givens, that's 4.
He dated Robin Givens in the 90s, right? Before or after Mike Tyson.
This is
after they got divorced.
No, you're thinking of
Howard Stern.
Robin Givens is Howard Stern's co-host sidekick.
Quivers. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're right. That's Quivers, right?
Yeah,
So you're
Robin-
right, Robin Givens. You're
Yeah.
right. I don't know why. I thought when you said Robin Givens, I thought it was the person on Howard Stern show. Is it Robin Givens though? Is the name of the person that he went to prison for? No. He went to prison for somebody else who was kind of an actress.
Yeah, Mike Tyson had threatened to beat up Donald Trump for because he thought they were having an affair.
Oh, look at that. Were you willing to fight him?
Well, I would have somebody do it for me.
All right, so we got 1 thumbs down, 1 thumbs up. It's a thumbs up for now. I don't know where all this is going. I don't pretend to know where all this is going.
We might have an update on one of these stories by the time we come back from traffic.
We might?
We might.
Has something happened with the plane?
Nothing with the plane here.
Has
but
something happened with the U.S., China, whatnots?
This is going to be with
What you call it?
This is going to be with Trump's meme coin. Whether or not people got a chance to earn dinner with him, but I'll see if it's a thumbs up or
yeah,
thumbs
the
down.
meme coin. Well, I think that's thumbs down. It's thumbs down. I can tell you right now. Andrew Seco is checking the ride through downtown.
Always the last place to dissipate with the volume. Right now we are stacked and packed in here. 75, 85 north and south. Northbound, the jam starting at University Avenue just outside East Point. Slow all the way up in the heart of Midtown. Southbound, feel the pinch into Brookhaven. Delays just south of 400 on 85 proper. Slow one going all the way down towards I-20. Bit of a tough ride here. Second worst of things looks to be leaving Doraville right near Spaghetti Junction where 85 meets 285 in DeKalb. The inner loop 285 eastbound on and off that brake pedal from Beaufort Highway all the way down towards Memorial Drive. That's exit number 41. Let's get you home through Cobb, Cherokee County with a look at 400 as well. Here's Kobe Dawkins.
Well, 75 northbound, a little sluggish starting at Delk Road, getting to Chastain Road, and Georgia 400 northbound, you're on and off the brakes, leaving the perimeter, getting past the North Springs MARTA station. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app.
where you get your news
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB Radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday. Oh my God, you made my day. Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
For garage door repair, Metro Atlanta calls the real overhead door company of Atlanta. They're the ones with the red ribbon. They're the ones who've been here since 1935. Others try to copy the name but cannot match the level of service. The red ribbon means 85 years of trust and loyalty from Metro Atlanta homeowners. Always look for the red ribbon. It means you got the genuine, the original overhead door company of Atlanta. Just call 404 USA Door.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Hope. It's more than a word. It's a breakthrough in the making. At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, with teams of experts working together to personalize a treatment plan right down to your DNA with unprecedented speed, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Selling your home does not have to be a circus act. With Orchard, you can skip the juggling and get paid twice. Hey, it's Eric Von Hassler, and here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash up front from your current home so you can go ahead and buy your next place without waiting around. No juggling closings, no temporary rentals, no, hey mom, can I stay for a week situations. While you're moving into your new home, Orchard is behind the scenes getting your old one ready. Repairs, showings, even upgrades to bump up that sale price. And when it sells for more, like it usually does, you get that money too. So yeah, it's like getting paid twice. Once now, once later. And who doesn't want to be paid twice? Come on. We all love getting paid twice. Start with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. No pressure, no catch, just a smarter way to move. That's Orchard.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? A man age 50 non-tobacco user can obtain $500,000 of coverage for as little as $110 per month. Level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, there are great rates available for you as well. Call Term Busters for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, call Term Busters. 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate for preferred non-tobacco rate class. Exam required to qualify.
It's finally happened. A story of outrage has arrived, and it just simply will not fit inside my brain. There's too much. There's too much. So the thing in Newark, what? The politicians are punching members of ICE now? Boy, I tell you what, you wake up every day, the country just gets better and better. When you go to sleep thinking, can this country get even better than it was today? And you wake up, lo and behold, it does. It just gets better and better. So this mayor the mayor went to the detention facility. Immigrants, I'm assuming, because ICE is involved, to protest. She's the mayor of her own city.
He.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw the representative. I saw a female representative. So the mayor is a he?
I believe the mayor is
Ross J. Baraka.
Baraka.
Oh, so he's the guy that was like I saw coming out.
He was arrested for blocking the entrance to the ICE facility.
So you got to the point where we have mayors protesting places in their own cities. Like I don't know. That screams it's going to work out to me. That just screams that we're on the right path. Where things are moving along just as they should. So they're upset that ICE had. Are there certain immigrants that they had taken in there that they were mad that they took in there? Is that the whole point?
That's
Does anybody read the story? I have not read the story. Does anybody know more than the gist? Does anybody know what happened?
Yes, they were just there in general protesting, and then they were blocking the entrance to the facility, and then
can't do that.
Once they arrested the mayor, the woman who's on TV right now punched a cop.
And she's a representative.
Yes, and then another representative.
And she's on TV.
Yes.
So if I punched a cop, would I be on TV?
Well, I believe she was arrested, but she's already been released.
Okay.
But you'd have your mugshot, though. It wouldn't be you as a panelist on TV.
Right. They just show my mugshot and I'd be calling in from the cell.
And now today, a bunch of people have been arrested for blocking because they had ambulances trying to get in there and they wouldn't move out of the way.
Right.
And these are religious leaders that are there today.
So, but what is at the bottom of this? Were there certain immigrants that were taken there that they don't want in there? Is that I'm trying to be fair and balanced here. You should not be blocking ambulances trying to go anywhere. By the way, everyone should know that. But
they didn't want it built in the first place, and they also say the mayor sued the block to block the opening of the detention center.
Okay, so it's not
hadn't completed all building requirements.
Okay, so it's not individual immigrants that are there that they're trying to get out.
That's just the idea.
So it's kind of a Cop City situation.
Right.
They just didn't want it built in there.
Well, they should have gone the environmental angle then. That would have been the way
that
to stop
seemed to
it.
work for them. They got the media to play along with that one.
Oh, yeah.
They're really environmentalists. Oh, sure. It says ACAB on the side of their thing. But that's the secondary
But
thing.
remember, they're
really there because they care about the forest.
Some of the construction waste was running off into the South Creek.
Yeah, that's what they were worried about. That's really what
And
it
that's
was.
bad.
The ACAB thing, it's a secondary issue to them about cops. But mostly environmentalism.
Well, when the AJC interviewed Twig, who was out there camping at Cop City, I mean, he really laid out the case for everybody.
Yeah, I know. And then they showed his domicile, and it said ACAB on the outside. But that's not why he's there, trying to stop a place where you would train police officers. It's the waste running into the waterways, for heaven's sakes. Andrew Seco is watching the brake lights on 285.
Circling the city on your drive home. Worst of it still looks to be leaving Doraville, passing Spaghetti Junction where 85 meets 285 into Cab. On and off those brakes, some scattered volume, looking a little better, but we are not out of the woods. Seeing the brake lights from Beaufort Highway all the way down to the Stone Mountain Freeway. That's exit number 39. And some new trouble. Looks like it's Foreman and Roswell going to go look at the jam cams, get on the horn with the local 911 center. Got a big delay spot here we're not used to seeing this point in the afternoon. 400 southbound as you approach Holcomb Bridge Road. That's exit number 7. Hopefully, we're looking a little better on I-20. How we looking, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, 20 westbound continue on and off the brakes starting just before Panola Road, getting to Wesley Chapel Road. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age system, maker, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Playing a game with your family? Fun! Playing a game with your roof? You'll lose every time. Dave Baker here with the perfect match for your roof. Finley Roofing, the roof guys. They're the extra effort experts with upfront pricing, exceptional service, and they'll treat your home like it's their own. Win, win, win. And with Finley, manners matter. Finley also has 0% financing available. Get your free roof analysis at finleyroofing.com. Roof.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Rates are up, rates are down. Every day it's something different. If you're curious about what's going on and when the best time will be to buy or refinance your home, call the experts I trust at Myland. This is Scott Slade. There's a reason the guys and gals at Myland are able to close loans that other local banks just can't. The folks at Myland are local and somebody you can trust to make sure you get the best loan for your needs at the best rate. You don't have to take my word for it. Here are lines from some recent testimonials. Myland kept me up to date and informed with every step of the way. They make you feel like you're one of the most important clients they have. Myland specializes in home financing and they've seen it all. So whether you want to access the equity in your home to pay for other debts, buy a new home, or anything else, Myland is the place to call. 770-817-2000. That's 770-817-2000. Or online, it's myland.com. Spelled it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS and Georgia Mortgage License C148769. Myland's located at 8995 Westside Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. Myland is an equal housing lender.
That's your garage door. Almost broken, but technically not broken yet. And you know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So you don't fix it, 'cause it ain't broke. And it gets worse. Until one day, 2 a.m., raining alligators, carload full of dry cleaning, you push the button, and out of nowhere, guess what's broke? Your garage door. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. A garage door that's almost broken can actually do more damage than one that's fully broke. Jammed up parts put an extra strain on the motor, rollers out of whack stress the tracks and the belts. Fix it early, while it's still a simple repair, and before your car gets locked out, or locked in. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. 'Cause if it's almost broke, you fix it.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Hey Braves fans, this is attorney John Foy. Just like you, I know how bad our traffic can be. From congested freeways to bad drivers, accidents can and will happen. And when they do, you know who to call. At John Foy & Associates, our winning team can protect your rights and make sure you get the care and compensation you're entitled to. The call is free and you pay nothing until we win for you. That's the strong arm.
Attorney John Foy & Associates, proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story: family and friends of a Buckhead grandmother brutally murdered in December of 2022 finally learned today whether the accused killer is competent to stand trial.
After a long delayed mental health exam, Antonio Brown is ruled fit to stand trial and assist in his murder defense. Brown allegedly stabbed Eleanor Bowles at her Paces West Terrace home after snatching vodka from a liquor store. A Fulton County judge rules jurors can see video involving Brown's ouster from a Publix grocery the previous day, but agrees with the defense that the reason for that, spitting on fruit, is irrelevant character assassination. Prosecutors want to use video to show Brown was wearing the same clothing the days before, of, and after Bowles' death. Trial could begin this summer. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
79 degrees in Atlanta. We do have some spotty showers around the metro area at this hour. How long do rain chances stick around, and what day could be close to 90 degrees? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A DeKalb County judge denies bond today for the suspect accused in a deadly crash during a high-speed chase last month. In court today, investigators showed dash cam video of the crash that killed 19-year-old Cooper Shanky as the suspect's vehicle slammed into his car at Little Five Points. The victim's mother, Kate Shanky, says the video is mind-boggling.
I don't think she has any regard for anyone, not even herself. And I do not think she should be out on these streets in any way, shape, or form, ever.
The suspect, 23-year-old Faduma Muhammad, was fleeing from state troopers. She was out on bond from multiple other cases, including hijacking a vehicle and attempted kidnapping. Governor Kemp signs education bills today, which are meant to make Georgia's workforce stronger.
The 4 bills signed into law by the governor update the state's education laws to include high-demand career programs, give aid to veterinarians in rural areas, and clean up the definition of eligible student when it comes to loans. It also gives more flexibility to those in the foster care program when it comes to post-secondary education.
And with these steps, we're even closer to reaching our goal of building the workforce of tomorrow and helping all Georgians succeed no matter their zip code.
Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
Israeli-American hostage Edan Alexander is released today by Hamas. Friends and family gather in his hometown of Tenafly, New Jersey for a watch party. Michael Berg says more needs to be done.
There are 58 more hostages still there. Some are alive, some are dead, and we just want this over already. Anyone who's listening should pressure every congressman, every senator, anyone you can to try to get them home.
The release of the 21-year-old is part of ceasefire efforts with Israel. After returning to Israel, Alexander will eventually come back to the U.S. By the time the World Cup comes to Atlanta next year, there could be driverless vehicles running through the Beltline. It would connect the West Side Trail to the West End MARTA Station and Atlanta University Center.
We believe it'll take 4 vehicles to do this, and that gets at something on the order of 10 to 15-minute headways. The total service area is about 2 miles end to end.
Beltline principal engineer Sean Green says they're hoping to launch a $3 million pilot program to introduce the autonomous vehicles. The Atlanta Transit Link Authority is expected to decide on funding next month. There could be a way to extend your phone's battery life.
Apple now planning to use artificial intelligence technology to extend the life of the iPhone battery. Apple's iOS 19 operating software update, slated to come out this September, will have AI analyze how and when you use your iPhone, what apps you use and don't use, and make adjustments to conserve energy and make that charge last longer. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
An historic gathering in Atlanta tonight. All living mayors come together to pay tribute to former mayor and UN Ambassador Andrew Young. The event is at the Woodruff Arts Center Galleria. It is now 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic begins with Andrew Seco.
Now, the reason for that jam heading into Roswell 400 southbound Holcomb Bridge Road, exit 7. Seen some flashing lights in at least one right lane. Here, delays already back a couple of exits. No need for an alternate right now. It's short-lived, but you are going to be sitting in brake lights for a couple extra minutes on your way down towards 285. And speaking to 285, still slowing and going on the inner loop through DeKalb County. Seeing the brake lights, Buford Highway down to the Stone Mountain Freeway. Looks like we might have something jamming you up right there, northbound right at 285 and 85 proper. Going to look around, get on the horn with the local DOT, see what's going on over there. In the meantime, plan for some extra commute time on your way up into Norcross. Looking at the ride through Midtown, downtown, how we looking right now, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, 75-85 northbound rides remain slow, starting at University Ave, getting past Freedom Parkway. 85 southbound, seeing those delays getting past the Georgia 400 merge, getting to I-20. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly to mostly cloudy this evening with a few hit or miss rain showers moving through. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with pop-up showers and thunderstorms, high 74. A few rain showers for Wednesday morning, low near 60. Then the rain moving out Wednesday afternoon, warming up to a high of 81. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 85, and close to 90 degrees by Friday.
Storm tracker radar showing some spotty rain showers right now around metro Atlanta. Some rain falling in northwest Cobb County at this hour. 79 in Duluth, 73 in Villa Rica, and 79 in Fayetteville. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
That's right. Caiaccio's got the 4 fingers in the air because hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Well, we still have more thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't know. I'm tired.
Everything is thumbs up. I'm on my way to Saudi Arabia to make this war end. Come on, Eric.
Well, listen, I'm all for that. If you can end wars, I'm all for it. But I don't know. You're up against a lot of people right here. You know, it's funny. There's a lot of stories about how a split has developed, a frost, if you will, between Netanyahu and Trump. And you read these stories because, the hostage that we got out, we didn't
The last American hostage.
Yeah, we didn't even go through his. That was a straight on. That was between us and Hamas. And some other things have been going on that Netanyahu doesn't like, and we're just kind of like cutting him out a little bit of certain things. Obviously, he wanted us to help him bomb Iran, and he said no. And it's all the way at the bottom of, I think I read an article, I don't know, it was New York Times, MSN, I don't know what. But so the last paragraph is like, okay, now you finally got to it. But nobody's talking about this Mike Waltz, who was the NSA director, who has now been taken out of that job, and he's nominated for UN ambassador, which I think is just more punishment from Trump to make him, he's the one who has to go answer to the Senate, for everything that went on with the chat, signal chat and all that. But this guy was it looks like there's a lot of evidence that Netanyahu and Waltz were doing a lot of talking to try to come up with a plan to talk Trump into helping them bomb Iran. Now, there's a lot of like people on YouTube saying this is treason. I don't know if it's that, but if you want to find out why Trump suddenly is given the cold shoulder to Netanyahu, finding out that he was trying to work with his NSA director behind his back for the two of them. And I said this before. How did the guy from The Atlantic end up in the
Signal chat? Yeah.
Signal chat? Is because the guy from The Atlantic, Jeffrey Goldberg, is a dyed-in-the-wool neocon. And Mike Waltz was also one of the only ones that's in the administration. There's a couple. Neocon. And so in that situation, the reason he ended up in there is because Mike Waltz was leaking things to The Atlantic, and then he was in his contacts. And so as a neocon, Trump found out that this neocon and his administration and Netanyahu were working together to try to convince Trump to do something that Waltz knew Trump didn't want to do. Why that isn't why that isn't at the top of these stories? It's very obviously because Trump takes things very personally. This is a situation where he's not incorrect to do that. And everybody just acts like, oh, well, this is another thing that did kind of happen. If you're president and you find out that your national security advisor is working with a foreign president to try to change your mind on something behind your back, like Waltz wasn't telling him, I'm talking to Netanyahu. That was just happening. And it's like the last thing in the story that I read today. And I knew from the very beginning, are they even not going to mention this being maybe the reason that Trump and Netanyahu are not getting along right now? I guess it's, well, there's a war or something and we can't, you know how our media is. We can't do anything to upset whatever narrative the intelligence agencies want us to. It's not our job as reporters to do that.
No.
We're not here to upset the apple cart.
Well, we don't want to lose the source.
Well, that's true, too. That's the most important thing, reporters. Remember that. It's not the actual stories that you pass along. The most important thing is don't lose that source. It just seems ridiculous. We have all this news, 24-hour news everywhere. No one's talking about this. I don't know if using the word collaboration is correct, but it's kind of. It's as much of a collaboration as, when Justin Bieber gets together with some rapper. It's at least that much, because a lot of times they're not even in the same studio together. They just send tracks back and forth. So in that sense, a collaboration.
Well, I'd say a better example now. I mean, Bieber hasn't done anything in a while. I'd say Post Malone.
Post Malone?
Yeah. He's
great,
collabs.
by the way.
He was in Atlanta last night.
Oh, he's great.
I saw him.
He's fantastic.
I'm
starting to row with the kids now.
You are?
I don't even listen to the music. What do you like? Yeah, it's great. I think it's fantastic. People tell me he's a genius. So as far as I'm concerned, he's a genius.
What do you think of Jelly Roll?
He is fantastic.
Country singer.
Yeah, never heard him, but he's fantastic. I was watching a little bit of that McAfee live from Pittsburgh thing, an arena that he did. And Jelly Roll came out, and I got tuned away. But it wasn't because I didn't like Jelly Roll.
You had to go to the bathroom or something?
No, it was just I just really realized that something that Pat McAfee really can't ever realize is that that dude's overexposed.
Yes, he's in everything.
I mean, could he not be in everything all the time? I made a joke about how he was on the balcony when they announced the new pope. It wouldn't surprise me if I saw him
there. He is, our new pope.
So I guess he fought in some WWE.
And for him, like you would think with college football creeping up sooner than you think,
yeah,
it's time to take a break now.
I used to love watching that show because it was a different voice. But if something happens when it becomes the voice, and just everywhere. I mean, the beginning of this thing, he did like 20 minutes of stand-up comedy in an arena. And it went well. But everybody loved him. So I guess that would be true for any comedian you go see. You pay the money. You want them to be good. You root for them. You don't try to bring them down. But I'm sure there were other comedians looking at that like, what, this guy's doing stand-up comedy in an arena? Well, that's the world. That's the world now. I don't have anything against Pat McAfee. I think the world's better.
You don't like guys wearing sleeveless shirts?
No, I like it. I was there in the beginning when nobody was. It was just a YouTube show, and I thought it was wildly refreshing. But now you cannot shake a stick without Pat McAfee being there, and it's starting to become just a little much. Just a little much. I have a lot of respect for that guy. What he did, how he did it. I really do have a lot of respect for him. But maybe just lay low for a month or two. You know, absence, what does it do? It makes the heart grow fonder, they say.
And familiarity breeds
contempt. This is something that, like, finally Taylor Swift has kind of gone away for a while. Isn't it refreshing?
Well, her and Travis were spotted over the weekend having dinner with his folks.
Okay, because it was Mother's Day, right?
I think, yeah. Well, I mean, it was definitely Mother's Day.
All right,
but I
you're
don't
saying
know if
they
that
were
was what it was.
spotted. You know, they were spotted. Okay, they were spotted. But that's the first thing I've heard from her in months.
Ever since the boo at the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. She didn't take it. Well, there was a reason behind that that's not just Taylor Swift hate. And that is that she grew up in Philadelphia. So she's there and she's rooting against the team, you know. And also, people just are kind of like, boy, isn't that convenient that the most popular pop star in the world, suddenly her favorite team is the team that is dominant right now and
it has a dynasty.
Has a dynasty going. You know, it's like people love the fact that the new pope is a White Sox fan. If you're still a White Sox fan, that means you're a fan.
Yeah.
You don't just, you're just like, okay, my team stinks and I'm still a fan. Then people like that.
All weekend, people were showing up to White Sox, or a lot of people were showing up to White Sox games wearing Pope attire, and that was pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's fun. It's like you're a real fan. If somebody asks you what your favorite team is and you blurt out a team, I mean, all the 20 years wandering in the desert with the Bills. It's like, we're still watching every game. I had to learn how to. You know what I used to do is it's after every Bills game when they were wandering in the desert for 20 years, it's just, okay, time to wash the dishes. I found that really helps. When your team stinks it up and it's just like going on and on and on and on and on, after the game's over, save the dishes. Maybe you have some people over, whatever. Good 15, 20, 25 minutes of washing dishes. By the time that's over, you get it out of your system. You haven't broken anything. You haven't said mean things to your family. You've just gone over and just a little aggressively. And you know what happens is the pots get cleaner. Like you're scrubbing them.
You're like Tyrod Taylor.
That front office. Do they know what a quarterback looks like? Getting the pots are.
Ryan Fitzpatrick's too smart.
Mr. Smarty Pants, right?
Went to Harvard.
I'm telling you, try it. I'm here to help people. I don't want you yelling, saying mean things to your family because your favorite team stunk it up. I'm giving you an outlet. I'm giving you an exit ramp.
But it's their fault if they weren't here.
Oh, yeah. I remember one time.
That's why.
It's like if the quarterback gets married, you start yelling at your wife. Yeah, he was great until he got married.
That ruined him.
It ruined him, just like marriage always does.
Which, by the way, I know that as the Falcons fan here on the panel, you guys.
I am a Falcons fan.
Your second favorite team, though.
Yeah, but there's 32 teams. That's not bad. I moved here in 1998, and they're in the NFC. So
I'll give some.
They're going to play this year. But.
I'll give some credit to your Bills here. Josh Allen's wife, Haley, has come out with a really good song. It's actually my wife was listening to it. It's actually really good.
What?
Yeah.
So she was a singer and then she's an actress. She's in this movie Sinners. That's doing so well. I was told by the kids yesterday.
Well, apparently the song I think is about Josh Allen. So
come on!
But it's love. It's good.
Is it called Almost There?
Yeah. You know what I want? There's one thing that I want from my favorite team. A Lombardi trophy. I'm getting old.
That's her next single.
I'm getting old. I don't want a single. I want that moment where the confetti is flying and I go, how did this happen? And what's next? The end of the world? That would be my next thing. If the Bills won a Super Bowl, I'd be thinking, uh-oh, things are off the rails. The fifth horseman of the apocalypse has shown up. Andrew Seco is looking at the brake lights building on 400 South in Roswell.
Quick zoom at the jam cam. We figured out what the holdup was here. Might be time to issue a travel advisory with a tough ride out of Alpharetta. Only a couple left lanes getting by with a crash 400 southbound at Holcomb Bridge Road, exit number 7. A couple miles of delays already. Might be time to hop onto Highway 9, Roswell Road. Save you just a little bit of time on your way closer towards 285. And as we look through the heart of downtown, we're starting to dissipate with the volume. Very smooth on a Monday afternoon at this point. Love what we see already. Northbound, only at University Avenue, slow up to Freedom Parkway. Southbound, we're still on 85 proper, but we're just south of the Beaver Spring Connector, only letting go at Freedom Parkway. Got a nice smoother ride that we're used to seeing on a Monday afternoon. Circling the city with the help of Kobe Dawkins.
Well, dealing with the stall in DeKalb County, 285 southbound the inner loop, right at Chambly Tucker Road, right lane blocked, and those delays don't free up until you get into Clarkston towards Memorial Drive. And this report is sponsored by Active Pest Control. Termites are one of the most destructive pests. Let Active Pest Control develop a custom termite control plan for your home. For a free quote, visit ActivePestControl.com today. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Buying a new car? Need help fixing your current car? What's the safest car for a first-time buyer? The Car Guys have the answer. Join Shelley Winter and automotive expert Kevin Deutsch this and every Saturday at 12 for all your car needs. The Car Guys, presented by Butler Lexus of South Atlanta, Saturdays at noon on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Is painting the house on your project list? Make this the last time you paint with Rhino Shield, backed by a 25-year warranty.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
So you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best. It's Mark Aram here. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair's completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix your hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
What? We're back?
That's right.
All right, let's do this.
It's time for studies, surveys, and polls on the von Hessler Doctrine.
Ooh! All right, toss them at me. It's up to you. It can be a study first, a poll first.
What about a poll?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Let's just go ahead. You know, we stop every single time we have to do the poll joke like we're just like frat boys or something. I mean, can we grow up?
No.
A little
I'll
bit.
stop it, but I'm not going to
We've
grow
been doing
up.
this now for a decade.
Yes. It's never not funny.
Well, I'm not saying that. But
Tim's done the research. He knows that the audience polls well.
Yes.
Some of them.
Our jokes.
Obviously, the commercials.
Our
belie
poll.
that.
Our poll jokes. Our poll jokes poll well. We've polled the polls.
Oh, I see.
Well, this is a Harris poll, our first
My
study
favorite
survey.
kind.
Americans are putting their life on hold amid all the economic anxiety under Trump. Now, this poll did come out before the Chinese Trump, I guess, pause,
Right.
or the Chinese U.S. pause.
Oh, you're talking about it. Oh, I thought you meant there was a new Chinese Trump.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't.
I almost did.
He was locked and loaded.
You want to have a job?
By the way, there is a Chinese man from China on TikTok who does a great Trump impression. He just walks around Beijing and doing
What's
it.
his name? Maybe you could give us a channel. A little,
I don't know. I just call him the Chinese guy that does Trump well.
Probably that would, if you just put that in your. Does TikTok have search engines?
Yes.
I guess they all do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess they all do.
Why don't you, at some point, Eric?
I'm not doing it.
I
I'm not
want
on
you to
any
get
social. No, I'm not doing it. I have no social media apps on my phone.
YouTube
no.
accounts as social media.
Huh?
YouTube counts as social
He
media.
looks at his TV.
I don't really watch YouTube on
You
my
could
phone.
put TikTok on
I
your
watch.
TV.
I don't want to. I don't want to watch on my
300
huge
1-minute
screen.
movies.
And also, like, I had this pretty sizable screen, and I'm going to watch things that are done on iPhones all day long. Vertical? No, thanks.
Your eyes adjust.
Nah. No. What you mean to say is your standards adjust. And mine don't.
Well, this poll did come out before we got
Before
the news,
all that.
Before the news today about the U.S. and China agreeing to slash tariffs for
But
90
even
days.
even that's like 90 days. So
Markets
I guess
responded very positively.
I know, but for individuals, I guess that's some breathing room. Maybe they don't think about it too much. But I mean, even if you're a business person, you still don't know what's going to happen in 91 days. It's good for now. It's good for now. So what I'm saying is I see why people need to stop wasting their money. If you have money in your pocket, try to leave it there for the next year or two. I'm sorry, this goes against everything that we're supposed to be, which is you got to go buy stuff constantly if you want the economy to stay on. Well, okay, let your neighbors do that. You try to keep some of the money in your pocket. It will probably not be worth as much in 6 months as it is now, but it'll be worth something. And because we don't know all this tariff stuff. We don't know what's in Trump's head or how this ends. We just don't know. He won't tell us, really.
Well, I don't even know.
Well, okay. Well, there you go. Maybe it'll work. It's either going to be the most ingenious thing that's ever been done or the most catastrophic thing that's ever been done. But the whole tariff thing is going to be one or the other. I don't think it can land too much in the middle.
I think I get what
Sorry,
he's
I keep hitting the thing when I make my points.
I think I get what he's trying to do, though. He's trying to say that we can't have all manufacturing abroad.
I
he
get
wants
that
to have
too.
some manufacturing.
No,
in
I
the
agree
US.
with. Look, I agree with that. I there's a lot that I agree with. I just don't know if this is the way to get it. And also, I haven't looked into the UK deal. I haven't looked into. We don't even really know the details on the China deal. What actually is going on? You remember the one he was against NAFTA, and then he reworked it in the USMCA.
USMCA.
And then people are like, I've looked at it. It's basically NAFTA. I don't know.
But I got a new name.
Well, that's right. So I don't know if we're actually better off or worse off. There still are some tariffs. I think they're still tariffing us 10%, and we're
Yes.
tariffing them, 30 or something?
Yeah,
Or-
it's
What are we tariffing them now after this?
It's 30% for China, but for the UK, I believe it's 10-10
Right.
across the board. And then what's weird is after a certain amount of British cars are sold here, then the tariffs go up for them. And then for us, we now can sell our cars there. And I think it's once it hits a certain number, like 150,000
Right.
cars sold.
We only
then
want
it
so many.
Yes, exactly.
What cars are made in? Well, I guess now there are cars made in.
BMW, right? BMW.
Well, BMW. No, BMW is German.
I'm sorry. Land
Jaguars.
Land Rover.
Jaguars, Land Rovers.
Yeah.
But who owns Jaguar now?
Ford, I thought.
Yeah. I think that they sold it.
Oh.
I think Ford had it for a while, and then now I think somebody else has it. So,
Well, they've got the branding issue right now. They're trying to figure themselves out.
well, I know what they are. They're the Apple of cars, aren't they? I saw their commercial with the great dancers and the colors and
The
everything.
hair.
It's fantastic. I thought, man, I want to. This is giving me a lot of reasons to want to drive that car.
I wish I had $80,000 so I could go get the base
you
model.
know what? You know what? I'm just going to go to the bank and get it because
You have it,
I
go
want to
get
be cool. So yeah, who owns these? The B in BMW is Bavarian, not British.
Land Rover, though.
As a famous leader that we all hate would be aware of, but I don't want to get into that.
Now, Land Rovers are one of the better luxury cars. You put that with the Escalades and stuff like that. Those are luxury cars.
And what's the Land Rover? What's that? What is that? That's the own thing. That's the only thing they make.
That's owned by Jaguar. I'm reading here.
And then Jaguar is owned by Blackstone or BlackRock or something like that, probably. Who knows? Who knows? Just assume BlackRock, Blackstone, Vanguard, State Street, and Apollo own everything.
John Ossoff's trying to help us though with that.
Oh, is he?
Is he now?
He is.
Oh,
He's-
thank goodness we have a. We
Senator
can't put
that
him
cares.
on the air anymore. We have a do something. We have a do something senator. I don't know. Andrew Seco is checking the new trouble on 285 in DeKalb.
Looking at a right lane blocked here on the inner loop on the Jam Cam 285 southbound right at Chambly Tucker Road. We're blocking that right lane. Luckily, things moving by just fine right past it. No need for an alternate. Just a quick tap of the brakes passing the scene here. As you travel further on the inner loop, you might run into some trouble here. Big jam that we're not used to seeing this point in the evening. 285 south, the inner loop approaching Lawrenceville Highway, that's exit number 38. And looking through Midtown, downtown, looking just fine. A little bit of stoppage southbound, just south of the Beaufort Spring Connector. You're slowing and going, and the brake lights on and off all the way down towards I-20. Take a look at this travel advisory up here through Roswell. Or do we have any better news with this, Kobe Dawkins?
No, we don't. Georgia 400 southbound right before Holcomb Bridge Road, exit 7. Crash continues to knock out 3 right lanes. You can avoid those tough delays by taking Highway 9 as an alternate. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any H system maker model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Smash burgers are all the rage these days. I love to make them too. I got one of those Weber griddles, and you could just make them, and gosh, they're crispy, they're thin. Stack 2 of them together, put cheese between both of them. Your family loves them. Omaha Steaks right now is going to give you 16 free smash burgers with their Built for the Grill pack. You go to omahasteaks.com/smash, SMASH. You can make them in a skillet, you can make them on the grill, you can make them on the griddle if you got a griddle, and they turn out perfect however you do them. They're flavorful, they're beefy, they are 100% premium aged Omaha Steaks beef for exceptional quality and flavor from America's Butcher. Get ready to smash expectations with the new Omaha Steak Burgers. Go to omahasteaks.com/smash. Order the Built for the Grill pack. You'll get 16 free smash burgers. That's 16 free smash burgers at omahasteaks.com/smash. See site for details. Y'all, these are amazing.
Attention seniors, do you want more personalized healthcare with more one-on-one time with your doctor? Then join us at the grand opening of CenterWell Swanee. CenterWell offers senior-focused primary care that's centered on you. Celebrate with us on Wednesday, May 14th, near the Walmart off Interstate 85 here in Swanee, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Enjoy food, music, and more at this free community event. Plus, tour the new doctor's office and meet the care team. For details, visit CometoCenterwellGeorgia.com. That's CometoCenterwellGeorgia.com.
Noonan homeowners, join us for the grand opening of your new home outlet, May 15th through 17th. Save 20% off store-wide. We understand the demands of family life. Your home deserves more than what the budget sometimes allows. Now is your chance to save on the kitchen, bath, and flooring updates your home needs. Visit your employee-owned home outlet at 54 Bullsboro Drive to save 20%. 3 days only, May 15th to 17th, or shop online at homeoutlet.com.
Home Outlet is your home store.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top story, it is a WSB Money Update. Stocks boom.
The U.S. and China reaching a deal to pause most of their punishing tariffs on each other's products for the next 90 days. And there are plans for more talks to hammer out a more long-term deal. That temporary pullback had investors going all in on stocks today on hopes that this will lead to a more permanent beneficial trade agreement. And with that, the Dow today up 1,161 points. That's a nearly 3% jump. The Nasdaq up 4 1/3%, 779 points, and the S&P added 184. That's a more than 3% spike. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
78 degrees in Atlanta. A few more days of rain possible. When does it move out? Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. The last living American hostage held by Hamas in Gaza is now free. Edon Alexander, released today as part of a ceasefire effort. The man's mother speaks with her son for the first time since he was taken hostage in October of 2023.
They just released a photo of you and you look unbelievable. Wow.
You look beautiful. I love you so much.
The 21-year-old from the small suburb of Tenafly, New Jersey, spent nearly 600 days in captivity. Alexander's release comes ahead of President Trump's visit to the Middle East. CBS's Nicole Killian at the White House reports it comes at a critical time.
The president will be in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates over the next couple of days. And so obviously a lot of the thrust of this trip is mostly economic, but also diplomatic in the sense of being in the region at a critical time, certainly as the U.S. continues to press for a ceasefire between Israel and Gaza.
The president may also go to Turkey for talks on ending the Russia-Ukraine war. The man charged with murdering a grandmother in her gated Buckhead community is found competent to stand trial. 25-year-old Antonio Brown is accused of stabbing 77-year-old Eleanor Bowles outside her home in the Paces West community in 2022. Bowles' family was in court today for the hearing. The court, though, is not yet saying when the trial will begin, but it likely will be sometime this summer. A 23-year-old man is dead after crashing his Tesla in Forsyth County. Ashton Dickerson of Cumming lost control of the vehicle going around a curve near Herdsville Road, crashing into a tree early Sunday morning. Speed was likely a factor.
That's all still under investigation, but not being able to negotiate the curve was probably speed.
Stacy Miller with the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office says a passenger in the car survived and was taken to the hospital with superficial injuries. The FTC's new junk fee rule takes effect today.
The new rule takes aim at those dreaded charges which can appear as resort, destination, or hospitality service fees. WSB Consumer Advisor Clark Howard says it's meant to protect consumers from unfair pricing tactics.
What's going to change is the price you see is the price you pay.
And the total price you pay has to be displayed more prominently than any other costs. The rule also applies to live event ticketing companies like Ticketmaster, Vivid Seats, and StubHub. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
Georgia Insurance Commissioner John King is the latest prominent Republican to announce he plans to run for the U.S. Senate in 2026. He joins Representative Buddy Carter on the list of Republicans seeking to unseat Senator John Ossoff.
I've never shied away from a fight. But what truly scares me today is having John Ossoff for 6 more years.
King, who is a native of Mexico, releases a bilingual announcement highlighting his ties to President Trump and Governor Kemp. Your sports drink or cereal may look a little different. Reporter Jim Ryan says the Food and Drug Administration is taking the first step toward removing petroleum-based coloring from American food.
The synthetic food dyes are being replaced with alternatives that come from natural sources, including flowers and algae. FDA Commissioner Marty McCary promises that.
There is no increase in food prices when this happens, and there's massive consumer demand.
Health advocates have long maintained that artificial dyes can cause behavioral problems in some children.
It is now 6:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins now with Andrew Seco.
Travel advisory making it tough as you leave Alpharetta on your way to Roswell. Only a couple left lanes getting by forward southbound Holcomb Bridge Road exit number 7. Already a couple extra minutes of delays. Almost to 10 minutes now. Got a tough ride here. If you're in a hurry, you may want to hop on Highway 9. Roswell Road has a quick bypass through here. We did just find some trouble on the southeast side. At least one left lane knocked out here. Looks like a crash. 285 north, the outer loop at I-20. Exit 46, the back door already to Flat Shoals Road. Exit 48. And a bit of a tough ride in and out of the Mall of Stonecrest. The volumes are looking a lot better. We still have some scatter brake lights either direction between Wesley Chapel Road and Panola Road. Exit 68 and 71. Another look at Midtown downtown. Here's Kobe Dawkins.
Well, 75-85 southbound scene delay starting before the downtown merge, getting to I-20, and northbound rides, you're on and off the brakes leaving I-20, getting past Freedom Parkway. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly to mostly cloudy this evening with a few hit or miss rain showers moving through. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow mostly cloudy with pop-up showers and thunderstorms, high 74. A few rain showers for Wednesday morning, low near 60. Then the rain moving out Wednesday afternoon, warming up to a high of 81. Thursday partly cloudy, high 85 and close to 90 degrees by Friday.
If you're heading east on I-20 at this hour, Storm Tracker radar picking up some rain now in Rockdale and Newton counties. 77 degrees in Noonan, 78 in Midtown Atlanta, 76 in Dunwoody. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
In St. Pete, Clearwater, you can chill by the crystal clear Gulf.
And stroll downtown St. Pete's galleries and murals.
And hang with the locals on the Skyway Fishing Pier.
And escape to secluded white sand beaches.
Secluded, huh?
Yeah, and they're spectacular.
And then grab a sandwich at the grouper capital of the world.
And maybe a nightcap at a rooftop bar with sunset views.
Okay, just a short drive away, you'll find just what you're looking for.
And then some.
Book your summer getaway at visitspc.com.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. You can too. GeorgeStein.com.
That's your garage door. Almost broken, but technically not broken yet. And you know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So you don't fix it, 'cause it ain't broke. And it gets worse. Until one day, 2 a.m., raining alligators, carload full of dry cleaning, you push the button, and out of nowhere, guess what's broke? Your garage door. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. A garage door that's almost broken can actually do more damage than one that's fully broke. Jammed up parts put an extra strain on the motor. Rollers out of whack stress the tracks and the belts. Fix it early while it's still a simple repair and before your car gets locked out or locked in. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. 'Cause if it's almost broke, you fix it.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Yeah, you know me. I just, watching rich, beautiful celebrities travel the world on their travel shows is just one of life's little delights, don't you think?
Yeah, it's very inspirational.
So, Eva Longoria is out searching for Spain. That's why, we brought this up before. Michael Palin from Monty Python did this, I think in the 80s. Or 90s. Was it the 90s?
And actually, it was 2000s, I believe.
Well, I think that he came back and did more. Initially, it was, I think I was watching the stuff in the night. Anyway, he would end up on top of overstuffed trains in India. It wasn't like, oh, this 5-star Michelin chef is the deal. Hey, if you have money like me, searching for Spain that most people can't afford. That's watching beautiful people eat 5-star Michelin food at 5-star restaurants in other countries. I tell you, man, that is just, after a long, hard day, put your feet up, and watch beautiful people do beautiful things that you'll never be able to afford to do. Now that's what I call entertainment.
While you're cutting back on your expenses,
yeah,
watch me eat this.
Yes, I'm searching for Spain. Oh, they have a special kind of caviar that you can only get right here. And here I am, beautiful, rich celebrity.
It must be.
I'm going to eat it.
There are a lot of promos for it on CNN.
They're trying to get away from their news. That's their whole thing now. Is they got all these documentaries and Jake Tapper Explains or whatever the hell the show's called. What's the one? Was it The Rest of It with Jake Tapper or something? I don't know. Some kind. And you go, okay, well, you're not going to get the rest of it.
By the way, you were correct. He began doing these shows in the 80s.
Yeah.
Great Railways in 1980 and then Around the World in 80 Days in 89. I thought that was a relatively recent.
Well, and they kept running them because they were so good.
Yeah.
But what he wasn't doing was running around, eating at 5-star restaurants. It was like, hey, maybe you're never going to travel to India. Well, this is what it's like. If you live there and you're not, super duper rich, this is the kind of life
this is a middle class living in India.
Kind of, or lower, or maybe sometimes upper. I'm sure he went to a palace or something. But I mean, the whole thing wasn't, you really got the idea that this guy, Michael Palin, who's wildly talented, actually was curious about the world. And he probably was quite the, just as his job in Monty Python traveling. I'm sure he had seen a lot of the world before then. But that's what I don't get out of a lot of these things is with Michael Palin, you just could see that this was a person who was curious about the world. And that came out of those travel shows. And they were like PBS shows, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was only being watched probably by the wealthy.
This is where
There's
CNN
nothing
got
perfect in this world. Huh?
Some young producer at CNN was inspired by those shows when they were a young boy or girl.
Man, I want to see Eva Longoria eat caviar at the nicest hotel.
This is great caviar, and they have the best octopus here.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? If you got an extra, I don't know, $30,000-$40,000.
All of our
Book
pudding,
your plane tickets.
All of our pudding has gold foil on it.
I saw one promo earlier today where it was like, "Oh, food just makes me so happy." That's what she said.
Oh, well, she can come back and double dip on her happy place. My happy place is food. What? You like food? Wow, celebrities are really different than the rest of us.
So relatable.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I guess so. Yeah, it's relatable. They like food. I like food. She's just like me. Only she can afford to eat really good food.
She has
in
servants.
Spain.
I wish I had servants.
Yeah. So, well, it's always kind of been that way, right? During the Depression, a lot of movies that people went to see were about like rich people. You know, they would live in these. You can see them on TCM now. A lot of those movies from like 34, 35, 30, up through like 38, 39. It's a lot of like gowns of like super wealthy people. So maybe that's true. Maybe like if you want to live through people, if you think, oh, I'm never gonna have that kind of money.
Were there gritty Depression stories being told as well?
Well, there was the Tom Joad one that did. That did pretty well. What's that called? Grapes of Wrath.
That's Dust Bowl, right?
Yeah, that's Dust Bowl. But I mean, same thing.
Yeah,
the same period. Miserable people in the 30s. When did the Dust Bowl happen? The movies in the 30s.
Yes.
Now they're in cars. They're
Hard scrabble types.
I've seen it. They're like Model Ts. It's of that time. The Dust Bowl happened when? What were the years of the Dust Bowl?
Let's see.
George beat you to it.
1930s.
Yeah, okay. So it's right there with the Depression. So it's a double down on the Depression. So you have.
Did they not have a Green New Deal then to fight the drought?
No. They didn't. They didn't. They didn't have climate warriors, unfortunately.
They should have, because they could have prevented it.
Well, I mean, the Dust Bowl was from over farming, wasn't it? I don't know. Wasn't
Probably.
it like?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
So, in a way, that's the side AOC would be on. She cares about the farmers.
She does.
She really cares about the people.
Almost as much as she cares about her district.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Is she a good, does she bring things back to her district?
No, they're mad at her. A lot of people are mad at her.
They were going to bring an IKEA into her district, and then she told them no.
Well, no, that was one of the first things she did was she said no to an Amazon center. Like, how many jobs would that have been? I mean, sometimes you got to play footsie. Well, there are none now. You got to play footsie with the oligarchs, everyone. He wasn't quite the oligarch then than he is now. He's only become more oligarchy. Jeff Bezos. With every day, he becomes a little more oligarchy.
I would say, by the way, wouldn't you think that oligarch would be a contender for word of the year so far for 2025?
Yeah, probably if I cared about those things.
Yeah, we don't. It's not December yet.
We're word of the day people.
Yeah,
I know.
Hey,
we focus on today.
Excuse me.
The now.
We live in the here and now when it comes to words.
But if you were to take score right now, I'd say looking at all the words for this year, I would say oligarch would be.
All right, but is there some kind of stupid, snarky word the kids are using that might beat it out at the end of the year?
There easily could be one. I mean, think about.
What, are you out of touch now at 36?
Nobody saw Brat
Are
Girls.
you 36 or 37?
36.
Okay.
Nobody saw
Brat Girl was fake though.
But nobody saw that coming last year. And
how do you know? What do you mean it was fake? Get ready for the clap.
It was
clap. There you go.
It was tied to. It was tied to the campaign and marketing for Kamala Harris. More than
but it was.
I don't think so. Charlie XCX.
I know. I'd see
or
it
maybe
the other
they
way.
glommed onto it.
No, yeah.
Charlie
Of
XX.
course, they're politicians.
Kamala Harris jumped on.
Wait, you think politicians were creative? No, they glommed onto an artist that agreed with their politics, and it goes that way. Poor Republicans, just always Lee Greenwood. And that guy
Kid Rock now.
Oh, Kid Rock. And the guy that used to be in the duo, but now he's alone.
John Rich?
Yeah. You don't hear much from Big.
Nah.
He's a bit of a hippie.
He lost weight.
Tall hippie. He wasn't never fat.
Oh, I thought
no,
they
he's
called
tall. He had the top hat.
Oh.
No, he wasn't like this. He's like a hippie-looking dude. I don't know what his politics are, but I don't think he and John Rich hang out much.
Granola eater now.
What's that?
Oh, sorry. I'm being told on X by Jacob here. Delulu. That's a good.
Delulu.
Delulu. That's
Does that mean delirious or something?
Delusional.
Yeah,
Delulu. Yeah, it's so much easier than saying delusional. Hey, just stick with it. Hey, she's delusional.
Delulu.
I guess Delulu allows you to make the face and say it in a funny way. She's Delulu. Can't really do that with delusional, so I understand it.
It's not the same.
It's not. What? Have you ever used? You're a youngster. You're only 32 or something. I don't know.
Everybody's Delulu now.
Yeah, I know. Who's not?
I'm not.
You are.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a little Delulu.
I'm a little Delulu.
We're all a little Delulu.
I'm not going to act like I'm not. Just ask my wife. She's lived with us for 38 years. 38 years of Delulu. Andrew Seco is keeping close eye on 400 South in Roswell.
Travel advisory still looking tough, but as I'm speaking, limited to just a right lane block. Moving a little better, but we are not out of the woods. 400 southbound Holcomb Ridge Road, exit number 7. The brake light's taking you back a couple of miles into Alpharetta. Until we're in a little bit better shape, you may want to keep using Highway 9, but that will not be long with those lanes opening back up as we speak. And we do still have that trouble in the southeast side, looking at least one left lane. Got to crash 285 north the outer loop as you approach I-20. That's exit 46. The brake light's taking you back towards Flat Shoals Road. Bit of an interesting ride on your way towards the Avondale Estate, Scottdale, Clarkston area. How are we looking around town for the rest of the way, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, looking at 85 northbound leaving Spaghetti Junction, rides are definitely improving, but you're a little sluggish leaving I-285 getting to Indian Trail Road. And this report is sponsored by Active Pest Control. Termites are one of the most destructive pests. Let Active Pest Control develop a custom termite control plan for your home. For a free quote, visit activepestcontrol.com today. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB Radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, you made my day!
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
Hey y'all, Belinda Skelton for Four Seasons Home Care, and I'm not going to cry in this commercial, I hope. As many of you know, I lost both my parents recently, but I am so thankful they were able to finish their lives at home where they wanted to be. It's all because of the incredible caregivers who came to see them every day. I am so grateful to Four Seasons Home Care. This is a real family-owned company that vets and hires every single one of their caregiving specialists. They don't have contractors. They're not some national corporation. They are simply the best here in Georgia. And a lot of you have asked me about my journey and if home care is right for your aging parents. I'll tell you what I tell them. Call Four Seasons Home Care and just start the conversation. It's a 100% free call that can change everything. Google Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta. That's Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you can trust us to bring happiness home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
It's graduation season. This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, where we've been helping Atlanta celebrate those special moments since 1939. Graduation gifts symbolize a new stage of life. For a college graduation, go with something timeless and beautiful, like a diamond tennis bracelet starting at just $21.90. Incredible jewelry doesn't have to be unaffordable, so don't compromise. Celebrate graduation with a lifelong treasure at D. Geller & Son. In Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
City of Hope, a place where seemingly impossible blood cancers become treatable, curable. With more than 19,000 bone marrow transplants performed, we're the largest and most successful program in the U.S., making major breakthroughs in treating leukemia, lymphoma, and rare blood cancers, personalizing a treatment plan right down to your DNA. Now the experts striving to make the impossible a reality are closer to home. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? A man age 50 non-tobacco user can obtain $500,000 of coverage for as little as $110 per month. Level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, there are great rates available for you as well. Call Term Busters for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, call Term Busters. 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate for preferred non-tobacco rate class. Exam required to qualify.
All right, I have right in front of me right now the man who will be following this show, as he does every evening, at 7:06, Shelley Winter.
Hey, Eric.
And you know, I am a huge Shelley Winter fan.
I am a huge fan of the Von Hessler Doctrine as well.
We are a mutual admiration society, are we not?
Absolutely.
And that's why it pains me to have to make a slight complaint. Could you get how do you make a complaint? What do you got to get a ticket?
You got to file a ticket.
You have a complaint ticket.
You're also undercutting. He starts at 7:04 now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He starts early now.
Did I throw away 2 minutes? I
You
apologize.
threw away 2 valuable minutes for Shelley
well,
Winter.
you took up 2 minutes of his time with that explanation, but it's a wash. This so 7:04. Don't tune in at 7:06. You'll miss the first 2 minutes. You won't even know what the hell's going on.
Absolutely.
So it hurts me. It pains me to have to. I don't know. The word admonish is not correct. Maybe guide. Maybe you didn't know. Maybe guiding. So I came in today and I'm walking around the office and I'm going, wow, there's a certain odor in it. What's happening here? Is it somebody leave their shoes off or something? And then I look on Shelley Winter's desk. Fried fish.
Delicious.
I'm not disputing whether or not you enjoyed it or whether you should have enjoyed it. But you do not bring seafood into your workspace because seafood it invades the rest of it kind of hangs.
But fried fish doesn't have a bad smell. It's fried fish. Now, fish has a bad smell. Yes, tuna fish, all these kind of silly things, gefilte fish, all these, these things. But fried fish, like deep fried fish from Amin's on Veterans Memorial, that brings out the olfactory nerves that says, oh, I want some more.
Yeah, to you.
Yeah.
But there are others who may not, it's kind of, it's sort of like, it's like getting into other people's space, right? Like you wouldn't go talk to somebody right in front of, it's like you're putting your lunch, I haven't, the last person I had this problem with was Chris
Chandler.
Chris Camp. Sorry, Chris Camp. He's a legend, and I couldn't call his last name.
Yeah, Chris Camp would bring
he was from the Boston area, and he would quite often he would bring in
clam chowder
and put it in the microwave oven. And I had moments just like I'm having with you, Shelley, on the air with the great Chris Camp, to say seafood should be left at home. Seafood is not a work food. Seafood infects the entire workspace.
But I got so many Tim wanted some. He smelled it and he said, oh my God, that smells so good. I would like some. And I offered him a piece. He said, no, I've got a steak waiting at home.
You know how you told me about...
I don't know if he
I didn't say it smelled good. I said, you're eating another piece. And you went, no, do you want it? And I went, no, I don't.
No, now... It's like you told me about the movie Sinners. Like the music is going to come out. There's going to be a spirit in it. It can be good or bad.
Right.
Same thing is true with these kind of foods. For instance, sometimes when people make popcorn, right, that invades the entire workspace.
But that smells good.
Everybody loves it.
Right.
That's the good spirit.
Right.
The fried fish in the workplace.
Is the bad spirit?
That's the evil spirit.
See, I disagree because that fried fish. It's like fried chicken. It's like
it's like
anything fried.
No.
It's like, oh my God, take that smell and who's got the fried fish? Pass me some.
Fried fish is like if fried chicken stunk up the whole room, but it doesn't. Fried chicken is neutral. So I would say again to you,
fish. No more fish in the
office. I would ask.
I'm going to make tuna fish every single day this week.
It doesn't smell.
Tuna fish
smells like fish.
No. You put mayo in it, put it in a sandwich. It's pretty much fine.
I feel under attack.
No,
I feel under attack.
No, it's,
Shelley, you know what?
this is a guiding hand.
No, I feel under attack.
No.
Well, Chris Camp left. I mean, who knows? We got to go.
I'm kind of hungry, Shelley. Care if I get a bite?
Yeah, you can get some fried fish.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You get more of this great radio with Shelley Winter at 7:04. That music is telling us two things. Shut the hell up. Get the hell out. You know us. We do what we're told. As I said, Shelley Winter and his fried fish will be up next with a great radio show. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us, but until then,